This is Debbie. I'm here with Gina, and you're listening to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays with Shabooty, George, Captain, and Coco.
Welcome everybody, 90 Day Fiance Fridays. We got the whole crew. We got Coco with the blonde hair. We got George. We got Gina. We got JLP with the chicken nuggies flowing out of her mouth. What's up, y'all?
What's up, everybody?
What's up,
I loved it. I
everybody?
loved it. I loved it.
So Coco is now a blonde, everyone. I wanted to announce
Oh
that.
God. Yeah, and I'm going back next week to get it up. Have you ever heard of a page boy cut?
No.
Yeah,
I'm
I've heard of
Googling.
Page
Boy.
I'm
Okay.
Googling it.
Like, yeah,
a
it's
page boy from like a church page boy. No, page boy. That's back in
That's an
in the
old
70s. Yeah, that's
yeah,
old.
1940s. Like that's how
Yeah.
they used to do the
Like
hair.
a pinup girl, like a pinup girl.
Yes. So I'm getting my hair pinup style. So tune in for that.
Oh no!
Oh,
Coco,
I see it.
Yeah, Gina. Yes.
I see it.
I fucked the men born in the 40s, and I want to look like I was born in the 40s. So.
I disapprove.
Oh, this looks like my mom gave me my first hair. No, Coco, no.
I disapprove, but it's not my head, so I can't.
Exactly.
I can't say anything.
Mm.
True.
You might as well just put a bowl over your hair and just cut it.
Do you even know what a page cut is, darling?
I did.
I just sent it.
I actually Googled it.
Oh, okay. Never. I spelled it incorrectly. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, when you Google it, they only show it to you on a man. So
Oh.
yeah, so it looks a little different on a woman.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'm blonde.
Yeah, Coco's blonde, guys, and if you're a Patreon subscriber, you might actually be able to see a photo of Coco as a blonde. So,
oh my God,
True.
you can tell us what you think because I approve. So,
well, it's funny because I posted that picture and I literally got some 75-year-old sending me like a dick pic.
Well, aren't you happy?
I sent him a picture of my tits.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. It was probably.
And what did he say?
Yeah.
He hasn't responded in 4 hours. I'm worried.
Well, usually
Maybe he had a heart attack.
He said he just turned 78.
he probably like blew a load and then went to sleep.
He probably went, yeah, eternally.
Oh no!
He probably took an eternal nap.
Yeah. True. Should we get into our 90-day topics?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let me go to the topics list. I guess we could just start on how I wrote it down, which was Happily Ever After season 9 cast was finally unveiled. We'll go over all the cast members. The one thing I want to say that I find funny to me is there was kind of like a mainstream outlet that lists, that posted all the details of the cast, but then apparently the cast members are still kind of embargoed from talking about it or confirming it or discussing it, which is like typical backward ass shit. At this point, they should be able to talk about it, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's the secret's out. There's no reason why it should be a secret. But this announcement, you know how you light a firework and then it doesn't go off? Like I felt like it was like a dud. I was like reading the names and each name I read when I got to the next one, it got worse. Like I was just like, oh, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. And then I got to Lauren and Alexi and I was like, okay, now somebody just wants me to not watch this. Because I was like, I can do a lot, but I can't do Lauren and Alexi. There's not enough money, time, anything in the world to want me to watch those two people on my TV.
All right, yeah, real quick, let me just go through the couples and then we can talk about them all. So Gene, obviously we knew this. We knew most of the names, so there weren't any surprises really. But anyway, just going through them, and then we can get into the details of what we think. Gino and Jasmine, obviously. Brandon and Julia, Tiger Lily and Adnan, Cara and Guillermo, Jovi and Yara, Libby and Andre, Lauren and Alexi, and Darcey and Georgie.
Yeah, nothing is surprising here. I think that
it kind of is surprising, George, because here you have a bunch of couples that have been portraying themselves online as they're happy and they're taking family pictures and they're going here and they're going there. And then all of a sudden you have them on a show, happily ever after, and it's like, okay, this is the show, and as we know it, happily ever after is always the show where things start to go sour between all of them. So it's not like they're happily ever after. It's always bickering or going back and forth,
Mhm.
which is setting up the precedents for them to land on the last resort.
Yeah, I guess that's why TLC calls it happily ever after question mark.
Yeah, I remember I didn't take the question mark seriously because I was like, I thought it was supposed to be happily ever after, but the question mark, it's like it's not a silent, you know how there's like silent letters? It's not silent. The question mark, it matters because they're basically saying they're not happy at all.
Yeah, are they happily
Mm.
ever after? That's what they're really saying.
It should
Are they?
it should be called unhappily ever after exclamation point.
Yeah, what it does, it's setting up these couples to be on our televisions for eternity. Like,
Mhm.
okay, they're gonna show them bickering and fighting and make made up shit, and then they're gonna land on, of course, the last resort where couples go, and you see all these issues and stuff like that. I personally, I am so tired of the silver twins on my screen. I don't know what else to do.
Well, let me say this though, because Jovi and Yara have done Happily Ever After. They have also done The Last Resort. Now they're doing Happily Ever After again. Is anybody sick of Jovi and Yara? Because I hear
Yes.
people say, like, oh, I'm sick of this person, I'm sick of this person.
Yes.
What
Yes. Yes.
of all of
Yes.
them.
like are they
I'm just sick of like, seeing like the same bullshit couple over and over and over. It's like beating me in the head with a mallet.
Mhm.
I mean, okay, I've seen them on Last Resort. I've seen them, they've been on our TV for what, 4 or 5. It feels like 10 years. I know it has not been 10 years, but that's what it feels like.
it does feel that way.
It feels like I'm like, and I was shocked. Listen, am I the only one who was shocked that Colt is only 40?
Yeah.
I thought he was like 50.
I knew he wasn't super old,
But
but
40? I'm fucking 37.
I mean,
The bloody fuck is that man who's been on our telly for like so long only 40?
well, okay, so he doesn't look old to me. I think that what's the best way to put this? Colt has a rough, like, exterior.
Yeah, he doesn't look
Mhm.
young in the face.
He
He
has a
doesn't.
lot of bodies.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I
like
think that's because his mother breastfed him until he was like 15.
he doesn't look like a 50-year-old to me either, though. Like,
No, he
No.
doesn't look. He looks like he's in his 40s, maybe even younger than 40. The
well,
face.
yeah,
It's just shocking because like he's been on our TV for like, I mean, like, when was he with Larissa? That was like
that was like 7 or 8 years or maybe longer,
that. No,
right?
that's more.
Mm.
It must be more than that because that was like 2016.
Was it? Oh shit.
It 100% had to be.
I'll
Yeah,
look
so
it up.
he's probably around 40 now. I mean, he wasn't. He's not old. He's just
Right.
out of shape and really like, his choices haven't been the best, and he
I
doesn't.
mean,
He let himself go. So that
his
make
bones are
Go through what,
brittle.
the buffet?
yeah, his bones are brittle, but he's definitely not old. I mean, you can see his face; he's still young. I just can't get over
Yeah.
that face he makes, like he's always trying to push a turd out.
And he
I
always
think I think
pushes his like glasses towards his nose, you know.
Yeah, he's not good TV. I don't know why they keep putting him on,
I mean,
but
I
yeah.
don't know.
I think it's the awkwardness that they like with him. And he, like I said, he's not fun to or nice to look at. I think it's the awkwardness that they
But
like.
but but let me ask you a question, George Shabooty. You guys are pretty much pros in that department of TLC. So when he broke his leg the first time, remember when his
Mhm.
girl
Vanessa.
Vanessa
Mhm.
was trash talking TLC and all that trash talking? How did
Mhm.
he land another gig if they were trash talking TLC
So
so
I,
badly?
I
Well,
have I have a I have a answer to that. He threatened to sue. They're like, what if we put you on for another season and suddenly lawsuit goes away?
like all the bad blood was mostly on Vanessa's side because like he was the one that wanted to like film, and like TLC was the one, or Sharp whatever was the one that wanted like Vanessa to film him while he was hospitalized, like with her iPhone to like film him while he's in the hospital bed. But Vanessa put her foot down and said, "No, I'm not going to make a charade of like my husband's injury." But he was all about it. He wanted her to like film her. So he was all about being filmed. He's all about the show getting back on, being recorded. So he was all about it. She was the one that had the bad blood. So when she was out of the picture, he was like, "Fuck it, now I'm back in Sharp's arms."
Yeah, so that begs the question: did he get rid of her just to be back on TV and back on with TLC?
Yeah.
Wait, what makes you think that he got rid of her? I'm assuming that she got rid of him.
Yeah, I think she got rid of him, but at the same time, after she got rid of him, he's like, "Fuck it." Now, like I said, now he's gonna run back into Sharp's arms as a big fuck you to Vanessa, I guess.
Well, guys, we have to remember also he lost his job and he was living with his uncle. Now he's living with his mom. I think that he didn't have like a lot of options. I
Mhm.
think that, even if there was bad blood between him and Sharp, I think at this point when you are facing, living in your car or filming another show, you're gonna go with filming another show, So I think that Colt didn't have a whole lot of options. And again, I
Mhm.
think Vanessa was probably the one with the moral compass. And now that Vanessa's moved on, Colt never had a moral compass. He was always, he was on the show with Jess. He was cheating on Jess. He was sending dick pics to everybody while he was on the show with Jess. Like Colt doesn't have a huge moral compass. So I think, yeah, Vanessa was the one who was trying to stand up for him.
Like one thing though I'll say about Colty too is like I'm sure there's certain people on single life, like for example, like Gino. Like if there was no TV show, I don't know how actively Gino would be on like the dating scene. But one thing I'll give Colty credit for is like whether he's being filmed for the show or not, and the producers don't need to egg Colty on to be like on the dating scene, if you will, because like he's always on the dating apps and he's always like internationally dating. And like obviously that helps him get back on the show, but he's just like the most active like international dater I've ever seen. He always has like Mexican girlfriends. He got Brazilian girlfriends. He got.
You know what's weird to me? I don't understand why. Like, and I'm
Mhm,
not trying to be mean, but like Colt is not like a Puerto Rican poppy. Okay. Like I'm trying to
mhm,
understand what is making all of these because he doesn't get like ugly girls. These are
Well, you got to understand it all stems from the fact that he's on a TV show and these are women from third world countries.
Yeah.
So you're looking for fame and fortune. You see a guy that's on TV, you don't
mhm,
care what he looks like physically. You want to be on TV and you assume that he's making, millions of dollars on TV. Remember, these are people from Brazil, I mean,
mhm,
so you're thinking this is my ticket. I'll sign up for whatever he's doing because that means I'll be on TV and I'll be rich.
yeah.
oh, so
Oh,
like
but by the way, one of his like Mexican girlfriends like super badmouthed him in my comment section, and I
wait,
screenshot
what? Can
and I
we
s-
hear that? Can we hear it?
so I screenshotted it and I purposely like didn't repost it just because it was so brutal.
Oh, but can we hear it? I want to.
Yeah, but we could hear it right now exclusively on 90 Day
We like
Fiancé
we
Fridays.
like brutality on
I
here.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
have
this.
no problem with the brutality. I
We're
want.
here for brutality.
And also, what's her name? I think what's her name? Who's the blonde chick on Hunt for Love?
Courtney.
Courtney. Courtney may have caught some strays.
What?
So
Oh yes. Oh, I love
Okay.
it.
yeah, she took a shit on Colty and Courtney in the same comment.
Oh shit. What? Come
I
Are
on.
you
like a
Spill
double
that
Spill,
whammy.
tea.
I
I
spill
want to
that
hear it.
tea. Spill
are
that
y'all ready?
tea.
Y'all ready for this?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Be quiet. So there's no feedback. All right. Here goes. This is one of Colty's Mexican exes taking a giant turd dump on Courtney and Colty. Here goes. And I purposely didn't post it because it's so brutal. Here goes. It says Here goes. It says while Colt is a oh by the way I should say super before I read this I should say super allegedly because there's a lot of alleged like when
Oh,
you say really like me like
so there's
drug
accusations.
related things.
Oh, there's accusations in there.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, accusations. So let me just say this is like super allegedly. This is not what we think. This is not confirmed. This is super allegedly and super fucked up. So we don't agree with it. I'm just reading it for record. Here goes. It says, while Colt is addicted to marijuana, she, aka Courtney, is addicted to alcohol and prescription drugs. While Colt doesn't want to have a decent job and look like a clown on television, she does exactly the same. While Colt is a cheater devoid of ethical and moral values, she directly and knowingly helped him cheat. Physically, they have bodies similar to whales and faces similar to horses. Honestly, they're the perfect couple. They seem to match in every way.
oh
Period.
my God.
Jesus
Ooh, Ooh,
That's
that,
McVay.
That was
that's
a lot.
fired.
That was like hearing testimony at the Diddy trial. That was a lot.
She said horses.
Oh my God. I don't even know where to start. So she basically allegedly is calling them pill popping weed heads.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I know it's allegedly, but I don't think she's too far off on Courtney's description.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think she
know that
nailed it on the head.
Courtney said with her own words that she likes to have some drinks. So
No, the drinks is fine, but chasers, there's some chasers involved there.
I mean,
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Courtney to, chase down a couple Xanax with some vodka.
And also the accusation of Courtney helped him cheat. I think that Courtney and Colt were never really a couple. I think that they were in it for other reasons. So yeah, Courtney probably was helping him. She was probably wingmanning for him. So she was helping him and introducing him to women. Because I don't really think that Courtney was actually with Colt. There's nothing in me that believes that that's true. I think.
Yeah, it's probably let's be on TV kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's do whatever to be on TV. I mean, I like Courtney for the fact that she brings like drama and she's so like her shenanigans are so unfiltered. It's like they can't control her, so they just cut her loose on television and let her do what she does.
I mean, I could see Courtney I feel like Colty could wear her down, so he may say like, "Hey, can we just like make out? Let me like go, go down on you." Like I feel like he would worm his way into her.
I mean, we can't really X out Colty being her type. We did see her on 90 Day Diaries with that dude that she had, the period cup guy that she was bunking with during the pandemic.
I disagree. I think Courtney opens her legs up for men with money.
Well, money. That's what I'm saying. As far as physical attraction, that's not a problem for her. It's financial.
Cole ain't got no money, so I don't think Cole was getting any because Cole ain't got no money. I'm just saying. I think Courtney is open to the idea of whatever, as long as there's commas in that bank account. I think it's not off the table if there's something to offer in the financial sense.
True.
That's why she was probably goading Colty to stay on TV with her so they can make money because
I buy that. I don't think that they were banging each other. I think
no.
Like I'm a team up with because also remember Courtney also teamed up with Usman. They went to Turkey together.
Yeah, but that was unsanctioned. Whether or not she gave him some pussy, that was unsanctioned. They were in Turkey, They were on Turkey off of our screen, so we don't know what was that about.
Said they slept in the same room.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're sleeping in the same room with some dude,
whatever them two did in Turkey is unsanctioned by TLC and wasn't put on our screen.
Right. We don't know what happened, but I have my assumptions.
I would say I'm very, I don't want to say 100%, but I'm like 90% sure they banged because there's a video of them hanging out the next day and she looks all like disheveled and sweaty, like she just got banged and stuff.
Yeah, no, but Courtney is the type of girl that you just got to give her the right amount of alcohol and it's on after that, And
then it's yammy season after that.
Yeah, it's on after that. I'm just watching because I have it muted on my screen. The 90 Day Fiancé UK it's playing right now. The rerun is playing, and I mean I don't want to say this because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but the UK, their show, while it's really nice and everybody seems to be having a real relationship, their people are really unattractive. The people on that show.
Wait, Captain, have you ever been to the UK?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go.
So, okay, I've been to the UK before, like more than once, and I'm just gonna say this in a nice way.
All right, I'm listening, and I accept your apology on behalf of all Brits.
Okay.
Go on.
They don't have good dental work going on over there.
It's not only the dental work.
No, it's not that. They also are they kind of look like they got run over by like a 18-wheeler.
I haven't seen one person on this is I guess the first season of 90 Day UK that they're giving us for free on DLC. I haven't seen one person that I can say, wow, that person's really attractive. They're like typical everyday Walmart shoppers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Going to the
People of
UK
Walmart.
Yeah, going to the UK is like going to a Walmart in like a hick town.
Tesco.
I'm just gonna be real. I'm just gonna be real.
They don't have Walmart. It's a Tesco or something.
Yeah,
But
you're
that
right.
makes the show more interesting because it's a reality, not like
It's
lip
real
fillers.
people.
Yeah, it's not like the lip fillers and the bodies, the plastic
So
surgeries.
the best way to describe the 90 Day UK is it hasn't hit the influencer stage yet. So it's what we used to get 10 years ago on 90 Day. It was just
Nah, these
regular.
these bitches aren't attractive, George.
I mean, they're real, but that's
Yeah, well, they're gonna say, do you want Shekinah or do you want these real
No,
people?
I mean we don't want the
well,
Shekinahs.
no, we never wanted Shekinah. That's the thing. I
Do you
think
want the Darcey? Do you want the Stacey? Do you want
No,
the
we
Shekinahs?
But
have
no,
to.
wait. Let me say this though. Darcey used to be a normal person in the very
Yeah,
beginning.
absolutely.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
This
We've
stuff
been
happened
there.
after. So when they casted Darcey, she wasn't the influencer weirdo. That came after. Darcey was a normal person at first.
Darcey's unrecognizable, bro.
I know. If you played her season with who was she on with first? Oh my god.
She was with Jesse.
Jesse. If you played
Oh my god, I
No,
forgot
no.
about that guy.
Jesse was the
Wasn't it
first
the
victim.
other guy, the
No,
British guy?
no,
that was
he
later.
came
That was after
he
Jesse.
Yeah,
Okay,
That was
first
after
yeah.
her
Jesse.
first
Tom. You're
appearance.
talking about Tom.
Her first
Was
appearance was with
after.
Jesse.
Yeah, if you look at her with Jesse and then look at her today, you would think that they are two separate beings. They're not the same human being whatsoever. So yeah, Darcey didn't start out with she kind of started out with a fake face. She didn't come on the show with anything real on her body. She's like a inflatable plastic doll. Darcey at least started
Well,
out.
I think I must have spoke too soon. I'm watching on the screen one of the British chicks. I think her name is Emma. She's going in for an aesthetics Botox injection all over her face now.
You jinxed it.
Yeah, you
God damn it! I mean, it's not gonna.
week.
I don't think it's gonna improve
It's
anything
gonna help.
on her.
It's not gonna help.
It's not gonna help. She looks.
over there, you have to work twice as hard to be picked.
She looks like a lunch lady. So yeah, it's not gonna help her in any way.
Yeah,
True.
Captain, if you ever go to the UK, don't go over there thinking that you're in like.
Oh no, I'm pretty seasoned on what to expect if I go to Britain. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, they
It's
do have.
probably not on her bucket list.
Well, it's like
places to go.
But you know what, Britain, England, whatever the fuck it is called, it's probably one of these countries where the further out you go in the country, the better they start to look. Like you have your unattractive, and then you have your movie star, your movie stars from Britain and stuff like that. But then you always have it's like them in Mexico. Everybody thinks, oh, the Mexicans, they look certain way, but then you have the telenovela Mexicans that they're like, Sofia Vergara types, that they're all beautiful, tall, beautiful women. So they're not all looking, but this lot here on the UK version.
Okay, let me reel in the show. So back on Happily Ever After. So how much do you think Matt is going to be featured with like Gino and Jasmine?
Oh, so my thought is they're gonna start out with Gino and Jasmine and then transition to Matt and Jasmine. That's just my theory. Like I'm assuming that there isn't much left.
Yeah, I was wondering how they're gonna work it in that she fucked up and now she's with Matt, on the show.
Do you know when they do like the hero shot where it's like the names and they're like standing? It'd be funny if they had you like a 3-person hero shot with them.
I mean, it is a throuple at this point because she pregnant with the other dude, but so it is a throuple at this point. But I'm assuming like we're gonna get a couple of episodes of like them together, and then like her telling him that she's pregnant, and then I'm assuming them breaking up. Like I can't imagine that they would film 18 episodes together while she's pregnant with another man's baby. That just seems crazy. So I'm assuming it's gonna be like a few episodes with Gino and her, and then the rest will be her and Matt.
I'm just 18 episodes of this torture. Oh,
I'm just disappointed that TLC would even work that storyline into a show. It gives it, like we love Jasmine so much that we're gonna, create a storyline specifically to cater to the fact that she cheated and got pregnant. That kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Well, it seems like the producers are really out of touch with the audience because every time I watch the show lately, I'm thinking like, well, what producer thought the audience wanted to see that? Because I'm like watching Sarper and Shekinah, I'm watching Gino and Jasmine and Gino and Matt, and I'm like, the producers are like on a different wavelength than the.
I think they just got lazy at some point. They just say, you know what,
Mhm.
fuck it, let's just put
I
They
don't.
whatever.
hired
I,
all
I,
interns.
like
They
I wonder
hired
if
all
they.
interns.
I wonder if they have like a metric system where it's like it doesn't matter if it's like a compliment or a diss, like it counts for the same score. So like let's say if I tweet like Shekinah sucks ass and then you tweet Shekinah's amazing, they're gonna count that as 2 points for Shekinah plus. Like
Yeah, any publicity is publicity.
yeah, so I think like when we keep when 20 when 30 people say Shekinah sucks ass, they just gonna count that as plus 30 points for Shekinah
As
and then
long
like
as
bring back
somebody's
Shekinah.
talking about her, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
they
right.
say there's no such thing as bad publicity, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
look
so
how
I feel like
long
that's what's happening.
look how long people were saying that they couldn't stand Angela and how long they didn't listen. So I think you nailed it. I think as long as people are saying the person's name, they're not going to go away. Because for years, people were like, I don't want Angela on the show. I can't stand Angela. I don't like her. She's this, she's that. And they kept bringing her on. She was on tell-alls of seasons that she wasn't even on. So it's like, I think you're right. I think as long as you're saying their name, they'll never go away.
Yeah, and we always love shitting on the people we hate, keep saying their name, but and then they're like, "Oh, we're bringing them right back because y'all keep talking about."
Yeah, we're counterproductive to our own agenda.
We're shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
I think a lot of this stuff is coming for blowback. I think the producers of 90 Day just got lazy and said, you know what,
Mhm.
it's a lot more work to start getting people from overseas to do the original show. Let's bank on the recycled because the viewers already know this cast and they're invested in them and their outcomes. So let's just keep working with these and rather than start the show from scratch like we had it before.
Well,
Who the hell said we were invested? I ain't invested in them.
The fact that we keep watching means we're invested.
I think
We
that
got
if
no
you've done,
choice.
I think if you've done Happily Ever After already, you should be banned from doing it again. Like I don't see because Jovi and Yara have done it like 2 or 3 times now. Gino and Jasmine have done it a bunch of like if you've done it already, you should be uneligible.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That this shit is like going on not Survivor, Naked and Afraid. I mean, people do come back to Naked and Afraid,
Mhm.
but
It'll be like going on. It'll be like going on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, winning $1 million, and then you come back next year on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but you're already a millionaire.
Right.
yeah, they just keep on recycling. I mean, Jovi and Yara, they're one of the couples that are doing the best as far as their relationship, but they for some reason keep putting them on our screens. And I know they're coming. Anybody that's going to be on Happily Ever After is most definitely going to wind up on our screens on The Last Resort.
Well, Jovi and Yara can't do Last Resort again, right? Because they already did it. Because they already did Happily Ever After, then they went straight to the Last Resort. So what would you do? Like, because I guess if you can do Happily Ever After more than once, can you do the Last Resort more than once?
That's what I was just going to tell you. If they've already been on Happily Ever After twice, what's to stop them from being on The Last Resort twice?
You're right. You're right. Based on the pattern that we've seen, they could also end up back on the same show again. You're right, and that's
Like remind me what on when they were on Last Resort, what was the big conflict that like was it about birth control or something with Yara?
I think he wanted another
He
child and
wanted
she didn't.
another. Yeah.
And she was on birth control without
She
telling
didn't
him.
want,
Yeah.
she didn't want another kid.
she didn't
Some
tell
shit
him.
like
No,
that.
she didn't tell him that
Yeah,
she
she
was on
didn't
birth
tell
control.
him that she was on birth control, and also I think it spilled over that she wanted to buy a house.
Oh, she wanted an apartment in
Yeah,
Ukraine. No, not Ukraine.
no, I think
Prague.
I think
I think it was.
Ukraine or Prague somewhere, and
Mhm.
she wanted it fully in her name with her money, and it didn't have anything to do with Jovi. And she was
No,
like, "Oh,
but didn't she pay for it? Like she paid for it without him knowing. Wasn't that the
think
Yeah, I
problem?
think she put some kind of down payment on it or some shit. That was their storyline.
Yeah, it was all BS though. I don't think that it was real. And
Yeah.
I think my next question too is I would love to hear what BS bullshit they're gonna come up with for Lauren and Alexi this time. Because last time, remember, she needed to get her mommy makeover. That was her story.
I mean, I don't want to be political, but maybe it has something to do with the conflict in Israel right now. Maybe she's gonna go pro-Palestine and he's gonna stick to his guns. Because
No,
what else?
she's not.
No, but they're both
She's not going to go
Jewish.
pro-Palestine. Trust me, I'll tell you
No,
that.
I'm saying because what else? What other conflict do they have?
None.
No, but she's not going pro-Palestine. That's like me going anti-Liz.
No, that's I'm saying it as a joke. I'm saying what else could they possibly have for a storyline?
That's what I'm questioning. 'Cause it's
Unless it's something ridiculous like that. What else could possibly be going on? Maybe she's gonna push the "I want another baby" thing after she had the mommy makeover.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you remember on the last season they were on, they lied and said that they wanted to move to his country?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
were
was gonna
supposedly
say
gonna
that
move to
too.
Israel.
They're gonna move to Israel, and that was BS. Also, and Libby and Andrea were pulling that too, because on Diaries, she was like, "Oh,
Yeah, they
Andrea
were going
wants
to
me.
Moldova.
We're gonna move to Moldova." So it's like they're recycling storylines.
Yeah, they're recycling lazy bullshit storylines.
Yeah, they already used that with.
That's what I said. What could they possibly have to conflict about? Because they've done it several times already. The Lauren and Alexi, and it's like they were one of the couples that had the best outcome. They should have just left it at that and moved on from it. But they kept coming back and coming back and coming back and refurbished their shit. And I think, like a lot of people online say, the chase for fame, I think it's more Lauren's idea than it is Alexi's.
Well, let's be real. It is because Alexi has always had a job. He goes to work. He's making his own money, and Lauren is always just, oh, I'm a mom, and I'm.
But she wasn't she working from home for a while? So she had a job.
Well,
and then she was doing the Tourette's thing, going around.
Wasn't she working in
awareness
marketing or something?
Yeah, she was doing that Tourette's awareness stuff and all of that. So,
well, I mean, she was doing stuff here and there, but Alexi has like a 9 to 5 job. Like he go to work.
he
And
goes
he
to
always
work.
has. I think Lauren is always looking for ways to supplement their income, and the show is an easy way to do that.
And she stays online like 24 hours.
Yeah, what's funny too is she stays online, she posts everything, and then she goes online and rants about people being. She's like, "Why are y'all so worried about what I'm doing?" I'm like, "Why are you posting everything that you're doing?"
Yeah, she stays online 24 hours when it's not complaining about the kids. It's doing this, it's doing that.
And then complains that people are judging her, and I'm like, well, stop posting everything online, and people will stop judging you.
That's what I don't get. When I trash somebody on Twitter that's on the show for whatever reason, Love After Lockup, whatever show, and I trash somebody, and then you always have that one warrior. Oh, but why are you being so this or why are you being so that? I'm like, once you come on my screen, it's all bets are off. You put yourself available to me for that.
She's one of those people that loves being like an influencer and getting free stuff from like salons and shit like that.
Yeah, I remember that where she was like, "Oh well, like I'm so and so, so you should give me a free spa day."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that was my tea. Yeah.
I remember that. I think so. Yeah, this season, I'm just curious to know what they're gonna make.
It's gonna be the "I want another baby" thing.
Yeah, that's probably it. Which
Because
is
that's what Diaries ended with.
Well, it's idiotic because she just had a mommy makeover. You have all your babies before you do your mommy makeover and your tummy tuck. Like, what's the point of going under the knife if you're just gonna push another baby out? Then you got to do it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they end up on The Last Resort because he looks like he's had enough of her. Alexis looked like he's had his fill, to be honest.
Oh, so do you think that they're not as happy as they seem?
I don't think so. I think in the beginning they were, but like, a couple of shows into it, like he's already exhausted. He's tired. It's not easy, filming for TLC. Remember, they wake you up early in the morning.
Kids too.
Yeah, and a job and a regular 9 to 5. They wake up early in the morning. The filming is like from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that's true.
So that shit becomes exhausting, and the money probably doesn't pay off.
No, I have a question. Do you guys think that Josh and Jen are going to make an appearance as well, considering Andre and Lydia are on.
Josh and Jen. Oh, you mean her sister Jen and Josh?
And Josh,
Yeah.
I
the
mean,
bad boys of 90 Day.
I'm assuming that that was the key plan because I can't think of any other reason why they hooked up. You know, there had to be a reason for them to hook up because Josh, he could have dated anybody, but he had to pick somebody that was on the show. So I was like, yeah, I'm assuming they're gonna work them into. So
That they're gonna find a way to work them back in. Remember, Josh, Rob, and Jamal are going to be 90 Day All Stars from now on. We already got Rob on the Hunt for Love. Josh is working his way with the podcast family, whatever Liz's family. He's working that angle, and Jamal is probably going to end up on the Single Life or Hunt for Love.
Well, Jamal was on Single Life.
Well, he's probably going to come back.
yeah, Jamal did Single Life with what's her name?
Veronica.
Veronica.
They're probably going to come bring them. I mean, CLC is refurbishing people so badly that we don't even know what to expect.
But didn't we hear on this podcast that they passed on Josh to be on Single Life?
Yes, they did.
Yes.
That is accurate. They did pass on Josh, and that's fresh because I don't know if a lot of people know that, but he was and he what they do, they put names on a board, and always twice as many names that they need, and you know the producers and the executive producers and everybody gets together and they have discussions. His name was on the board, but they casted the season, and his name is not. He's not one that was casted.
I wonder why that was.
We don't ask questions when smart decisions are made from TLC. That was a smart decision.
No, are they saving him for Hunt for Love?
I don't know the reason why they didn't cast him, but like I said, they always choose. Like, say for instance, they need 5 to 6 people for the season. There'll be 12 or 15 people on the board. And they'll have meetings, they'll do pitches, like producers will say, oh well, we can work this storyline with this person, and then they'll
do the process of elimination from there.
Start eliminating people from there. So yeah, his name was on the board, and now that they've cast
you know how like Shekinah, how she's gonna be like constantly cast on future seasons, so obviously she has like a huge ego now. But I feel like now that's happening with Tiger Lily as well. Now that she's coming back, Tiger Lily and Adam have like huge egos now. So I feel like that's happening as well.
I don't want to know anything about those two, but here we are.
I know, like I would actually pay money to never have to hear or see about them ever again.
How did they end up back on Happily Ever After? I mean,
he got pregnant. That's
yeah, but still, they weren't good TV on their show anyway.
This is my point where I think production and Sharp is so far removed from the audience. It's almost like what they think the audience wants and then what the audience wants are so different. It's so strangely opposite, and it's like, how did you become so out of touch with your audience? Because you know what brought people to the show. If you look back at seasons 1 through 5 and then you go back and look at seasons 6 through 11, they're nothing alike. So you know where the fan base came from, you know what got people hooked on the show. Why wouldn't you stick with the roots of the show?
I think it just boils down to post-pandemic lazy creativity and writing. You know what I'm saying? Like after the pandemic, they just say, you know what, we're tired of seeking out new couples, vetting them, doing this, setting up. Let's just work with the people we got. And they lock them all into these contracts that they just got to keep rotating them around,
Speaking of tired, should we go to the next topic?
Yeah,
because that season's gonna suck anyway. So
we're gonna watch it. It's gonna suck, but we're gonna watch it.
Well, yeah, we're gluttons. We're gluttons for punishment, so we'll watch it.
That's who we are.
Okay, next topic, just based on how I wrote it. So Liz well, first of all, there's like, on Facebook, they always post like bullshit stories. So then there was a story about Liz's health on Facebook that was like bullshit. And then, so everyone probably like messages Liz for like comment. So she finally probably got annoyed. And then she posted a comment so I could read it real quick. I'll read it. This is Liz. It says, "Hey everyone, I've been receiving a ton of messages and support. Thank you for all the love. I'd like to address the rumors that are going around today that my cancer is spread throughout my whole body. Isn't true, and I am doing just fine. I have really bad sick days, and then there are days where I forget that I'm sick. Everything is okay right now, and I'm being taken care of. Yes, I'm extremely tired all the time. I'm very lean right now and have lost pretty much all my muscle. However, I am as healthy as I can be during this time and working with a new holistic doctor. Thank you all for checking in." So it was like one of those Facebook accounts that posts like bullshit health stories, which is like extra fucked up, to where she was forced to comment. Oh, and then she had one other comment. She continued on saying, hold on, let me pull it up. She also said in another post subsequently, she said, she said, quote, "To clarify, yes, I am sick. It just has not spread. Please do not donate to any GoFundMe. I am currently medically taken care of. I do not need financial support right now. People can be so naive and take advantage of other people's situations. I am truly blessed for the friends and family who take care of me." So that's the Liz update.
Oh, so there's a GoFundMe out there.
I'm unaware of what the deal is with the GoFundMe, but I did see a Facebook post that was
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Facebook
did
news
I.
post.
So
If you see
I'll
it on
see if there's a
Facebook,
GoFundMe.
if you see it on Facebook, you should just assume that it's a lie and it's fake. Like I haven't really seen anything legit or legitimate on Facebook in a really long time. Like they literally just post blatant lies on
Mhm.
Facebook. Like it's not even like fabricated. You know how there's clickbait where you click
Mhm.
on it and there is a little bit of truth to it, but they word it really wrong. Facebook, it's just false information being posted, and it's crazy because I don't know how you can get away with that because it's considered a social media app and a news source, so there should be some truth to stuff. But they'll post that people had heart attacks or people are dead,
Mhm.
they're alive. Like that's crazy, and it's crazy that the cast members have to like prove they're alive and prove they're not sick because these weirdos on Facebook are telling people that they're dying.
Yeah, and I will say the 90 Day Fiance audience is very gullible too.
Oh, they believe everything. Yeah, I know. They believe everything. They read it. If it's on the internet, it has to be true. And it's
Mhm.
like, guys, a simple Google search, just verify things. Don't just take everything for truth. Because obviously Liz had cancer and she's been going through chemo and everything. But if it was spreading through her whole body, why would a Facebook page have that information? That's like a medical diagnosis. Why would some random Facebook page have that information and not, like a legitimate news source? Like be smart about where you're getting your news. Like at least double check it first.
Mhm. Yeah,
If
they'll read anything.
if Shabooty didn't say it, it's probably not true, right? Like that's
Mhm.
kind of like the rule of thumb here. If Shabooty didn't post about it, it's probably
True. Though I will say, like, don't look for me to post like Liz like medical news just because that's her. That's for her to say. That's the one person I'm not gonna like dish on.
Oh, so is her medical like status not on the table? So, okay, say something was going on with her medically, would you not repost it?
That she has yet to like publicly talk about. You mean?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't post it if she. I
Oh,
wouldn't like with her. If like let's say there's a story that could get me a lot of like clicks and news articles,
yeah.
I wouldn't post it.
He takes the
Uh,
friendship over
that's the one
clicks.
instance. That's the one person where I'm not going to choose the clicks and the news articles and the likes for like a breaking story. If, that's that's one person I'm not going to fuck over.
I mean, that's nice. That's kind of you. Because, there's a lot of people out there that don't have any morals or loyalty. They'll just post
Mhm.
anything because all they care about is clicks and clout. And, they don't have any home training. Their mama didn't raise them right. So, it's good that you respect, Liz and you want to make sure that she's protected. Because, there are some people out there, they post private medical information and stuff like they have no remorse, like no morals at all. So it is good to know that you got some morals in there because not everybody does.
True. Yeah, that's a singular person, but everyone else is fair game.
Oh, so it's a Liz only situation there. So everybody else, you're not protected.
Liz and Cara is not.
You're not protected. So just so
Mhm. There was one thing that was like car related to you where like um where I think I like DM'd it to her and I was like, hey, I was like, I assume you don't want me to post this? And she's like, yeah, please don't post that. So I gave her the courtesy.
Wait, did anyone else post it?
I think no, it was like it's not really. I mean, at this point, we all know that she's not with Guillermo. So it was just more of this is like a few months. It was just more of like I mean, I don't know how much I should say, but I guess I could tell. It's not really a big deal, but I'll tell you what it was. I never really posted it publicly, but what it was is so it just basically more so it was more like solidifying evidence of A, she's not with Guillermo anymore, and B, she had like, you know, she had joint custody of like her son or whatever, like they're both raising him separate, joint custody. So
Oh
it was
yeah.
like more of like it was proof of that. So what it was, and also, but the anyway, sorry, I don't know why I'm like fumbling around, but so what happened was she posted a video, and just for the record, this wasn't me being somebody else sent it to me, so I wasn't all this nosy. But so she had posted a video of her like planner book, and she was flipping through her planner book in the video, and somebody like freeze framed it as she's flipping through her planner book, and one of the things said like, and this is just me paraphrasing off the top of my memory, like like basically like not hand off, but it was like this day was Guillermo's day to have her son.
Yeah, I
And
think
it
I
was
saw
like,
that somewhere. I'm not going to say
Oh
that you
my
posted it.
God. I remember seeing that too.
yeah.
How
Yeah.
is that?
So and it was like obvious that there's joint custody, and it was a screenshot from the planner book. And then I was going to post it, but then I sent it to her. I was like, hey, I assume you don't want me to post this? She's like, yeah, don't post it. So I didn't post it, but yeah, that was out there.
I don't, you know what's funny? I saw that too, but it didn't get as big of attention that you think. But now that they're about to be on Happily Ever After, people are gonna start looking for stuff now. So
Mhm.
yeah, that was early on. But you know what's funny? We've known about this Cara and Guillermo thing since like July of last year.
You think they're gonna spin off from Happily Ever After to The Last Resort?
I
Well,
don't think so, but I think that Cara's gonna end up on the single life.
mhm.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna. I mean, now with these 90-day couples, you already expect to keep seeing them. I think they're gonna probably spin off to the. Oh no, didn't they do The Last Resort? No, they haven't.
No, they haven't done the last.
Yeah,
No,
they're
yeah,
gonna they're
I
they're
don't
gonna
think they're going to
spin
do
off.
Last Resort.
They're not gonna do Last Resort. Well, then she's going to the single life, and then
Yeah.
he'll probably end up on Hunt for Love.
Hunt for Love. Yeah, I
Oh
think
yeah, both of them will probably end up on Hunt for Love on different seasons.
Yeah, I could see him on Hunt for Love, and I could definitely see her on
Definitely see her on
Single
Hunt
Life.
for Love. I definitely see her on Hunt for Love.
No, well, yeah, I guess we could see both. I don't know. Oh, it'd be funny though. I just thought of an idea. But you know how they fucked over Tim and they had what's her name, Jennifer.
Jennifer, yeah,
What
Jennifer.
if they had Guillermo and then they bring in Cara on the same Hunt for Love?
ooh, that's messy. I like that. I like
Well,
See,
you know what? It wouldn't really be bad because they don't have such bad blood like Tim and Jennifer did,
yeah,
yeah,
you're
and
but
they have
it would still be awkward though.
no, but they also have a child in common,
yeah,
so
there'll be
the knives won't be out. The knives
yeah,
won't be out.
they're too smart and mature to act the way
Yeah, they won't have
Mm.
knives out because they have a child in common.
that because
You
Plus,
know
they're
what
if
I was
they're
going to
filming,
mention?
who's going to take care of the child while if they're filming on the same show at the
yeah,
same
their
time?
baby would
They already covered that already. Who's gonna care for the kid? What I was gonna say about Hunt for Love is curious because it's funny because I was looking up something on Hunt for Love and I googled cast members for Hunt for Love, and you only get the 90-day information on the 90-day OG cast. You don't find nothing on the extras that they have. They don't even have nothing. No matter what you type in for complete cast of Hunt for Love, 90 Day Fiance, whatever, it won't show you anything on the extras. It just keeps showing you the people that you already know. And I was like, that's crazy because these people are cast members. They're on the show, but they're not given credit on Google or any other search engine.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah,
was like,
because they're basically like extras in the background.
yeah.
yeah, but they're still on the show, because I was looking what one of the girls on the show, somebody was talking to me about the young lady with the white bathing suit. I think she's black. She has the braids, that girl, and she looked like
Oh yeah, the one that Colt was flirting with.
no, no,
Yeah,
no. No, another one that she popped up with. You
Mhm.
know who I'm talking about.
Okay,
She hangs out.
go ahead. What's the point though?
No, she looks like somebody that was on another show. That's all. They were asking, so we
Okay.
were looking her up. Okay, proceed.
Okay. All right, let's go to let me go to my topics list. Sorry. I'm just trying to keep the show moving. Let's see real quick. So we talked about Liz. Oh, and then just for the record, I know a lot of people were giving me grief when even like Jenny from Toronto, who I value, saying like, "Oh, I must have made Liz cringe when I told her my dream," and she did finally respond when I shared my dream. So I want y'all to know, like, she didn't mind it. So let me see what she said. She basically just said, hold on. Sorry, we must text a lot, but I can't even find. No, she just said, ha ha ha, this is very detailed. So she wasn't offended by my dream, just so you know.
Oh, okay. I mean, we were worried based on what you texted her, but it's good to see that all is good because we didn't want any weirdness to come out of that.
No, she's still on Team Shabooty, and I'm still on Team Liz. I just want to set the record straight, especially for Jenny from Toronto, who was trying to give me grief and stuff. Who is listening live, I can see.
Hey.
True. So yeah, she actually texted me. Let me see what she said. Oh, so she's a little not to put her medical business out there, but she's a little under the weather. So I don't know if she's going to talk tonight. She's only listening.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
So yeah,
feel better,
get well
Jenny.
soon, Jenny.
Well, soon because we were hoping for another fun story. So
Yeah, we like her sex stories. Okay, let's go back to the topics list. So let's see. We talked about Liz. Okay, there's a whole hoopla. Not, I don't know if hoopla is the right word. Like hubbubaloo with like Boston John versus Shekinah. And it started I think when John made fun of Sarper on the 90 Day Bad Boys video. Are y'all keeping up with the back and
I,
forth drama?
I
Yeah,
am very, very aware of this.
I just saw the John video saying that he looked like he was on a crack or something like that. But then after that, I didn't keep up.
Well, yeah, the first video I think was John making fun of
Yeah,
Sarper.
making fun of Sarper.
And then Shekinah went in the comments section and she said, quote, let's see this idiot do a whole new dance that he learned minutes before filming. How dare he talk about Sarper's beautiful eyes when he can't grow hair and his face is red as a tomato? The jealousy is real.
Okay.
Whatever you say, whatever makes you sleep at better at night.
Yeah, whatever helps you sleep at night with that
But
weirdo.
let's just say this. This was Sarper's second time doing a dance and he couldn't dance. Remember the first time he did a
that's crazy because he supposedly pride himself on being a stripper.
stripper. And he said that he was such a good stripper that he ended up
He's
having sex with
He
most
was so good that he made like no money. That's how good he was.
Mhm.
So the
yeah.
fact that he did this 90-day bad boy thing and he also looked as though dancing was a third language. It's leaning towards you just don't have any rhythm. And so, but it's funny because Shekinah also thought that the dance he did on the show, the striptease he did on the show, was really good. She was the only person who thought that too.
I'd like to see her dance.
No,
Mm.
no, I don't want to see that.
And yeah, because if you think somebody that dances terrible is doing good, that means your dance moves are not that
No,
off.
I think that she thinks anything that Sarper does is amazing because she's in love with Sarper. You know how some people like, so for instance, Shabooty loves Liz. Anything that Liz does, Shabooty's gonna think Liz is excelling.
Liz.
That is a good example.
Liz is my
That's a good
favorite dancer.
analogy, George.
See, I think that the Shabooty and Liz thing, that's how I said Shakarper. Shakarper.
Yo, that's it. We're coining
Oh
it.
my
We're
God.
coining it. We're coining it.
Are we gonna do Shakarper?
Sakarper's his new name.
Okay,
Yes.
Shakarper. So yeah, I think that anything that he does, because remember, she also thinks he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not. So I was like, I think
Yeah,
that he's dictatized. You know how a woman is dictatized? Whatever
yeah, like that's like when a guy. I guess I don't know. It may go both ways, but that's like when a chick is on a date with like a hot guy, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's this football player I'm dating is so hilarious. He's so funny," and he's like a big meathead with like no personality, but she thinks he's so funny because he's like a hot guy. And then also similarly, a chick's really hot, and then a guy's like, oh my god, she has like the most amazing personality, but really you're just mesmerized by her looks.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. I think Shekinah would fight for him no matter what because she thinks he's the hottest person in the world. And you should, if you're married to someone, you should think that they're the hottest person in the world. If not, what the hell are you doing? So I don't fault her for that, but I do think she's.
I mean, I tell my husband he looks like Idris Elba all the time.
Well, I'm
Or
bothered by
or
laugh
if he has
afterward.
or if he has a big dick, Idris elbow.
No,
Oh.
well, we're not gonna
Oh.
go. We're not gonna go there, but yeah,
Wow.
something
Bothered
along
by
those lines.
the fact that you laughed afterward, I'm bothered by that because that means you're lying.
No, I the fact that I'm laughing is that I don't want to put my business out there, but I'm happy. I'm very happy with what I have.
Satisfied.
Yeah, no, I think she's confirming that the
I'm
Happy
happy.
Meal came with a toy.
Yeah, it
okay.
came with
Oh.
exactly, Shabooty. It comes with a toy.
Or should I say toy not necessary? Excuse me. Anyway,
I also try to convince.
Wait. Should
The
you say
battery's not included.
No,
does
not at
not
all.
contain small parts?
Not at all. Not at all.
Not made in China.
No,
Oh.
not made in China. I also tell him he looks good in skinny jeans, which he doesn't. But I tell him he looks good in skinny jeans.
Oh, don't do that. No
'cause
man
he's-
looks good in skinny
Because
jeans.
he's dying to pick up the trend, but every time he tries to buy it, you look good in them. But he's so self-conscious. And he's like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I'm like, yeah, you do. Because he likes them. You know what I'm saying? If somebody likes something and they're really onto it, and like you say, if you love them, then you like, okay, yeah, well.
You stroke their ego among other things, right? That's what
Yeah,
you
you
rub
rub their ego. You tell them, yeah, you do look nice in them, but he's so self-conscious. He's like, no, I don't. These are too skinny for me. I'm not gonna wear this. I'm not gonna look good in this. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, just put them back on the shelf.
But
true.
is
Yeah.
she kind of this stupid? Like she said that, oh, it took them like an hour to learn the dance. But they're doing the dance like in that tunnel, like where cars were coming. They had to
He
move.
just looks out of place. He looks like he's confused. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
know. He's very stiff. He's very stiff, and his eyes are just like fixated on whatever they, like it's like dance moms. Like the mom is in the audience doing the moves for the little kids can follow. I guarantee you, somebody was doing the moves for him to try to keep up, and that's what he was doing. He was fixated on the person that was doing it.
You know how I learned this when I did plays and shit when I was in school, and I learned because my teacher was like, if you're really good, because actually we did musicals, and he was like, if you're really good, you can sing and dance at the same time without counting. And I was like, what does that mean? And when you do it, you're moving and you're dancing. The people who can't dance or they don't have the gift of dance, they have to count steps. And when I watched Sarper doing the moves, I could see him counting the steps. And I was like, that means that you can't dance. Because my teacher always said, he was like, if you can do this, you can smoothly do it without counting. It comes to you naturally. And as you could see that he was looking at a cue and waiting to do things, he was counting in his head. And I was like, I know that he can't dance because he's counting. And I was like, so this thing that he's like, oh, I was one of the best strippers in Turkey. I was like, well, I want proof of that because I need to know how bad the strippers were in Turkey that you were the best. Like I need proof.
She's trying to capitalize on anything that he can do so he doesn't have to get a real job, Like,
Well,
you know what? We got to stay in show business. business. So you got to pretend you know how to dance. You got to pretend you know comedy. You got to.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's one of the So also one of our topics was Sarper performed in Los Angeles at the Comedy Store, and then I don't want to promote his next gig for free, but he's
I'm
going to be
so
back at
mad I
another
didn't get
LA
to go.
club.
By the way, I'm so mad that I left LA because I would have gone.
one of our Patreon subscribers did attend the show.
I could read. Do
Oh.
you want me to read you their review or whatever?
Yes.
Let's hear the review because she did tell us that they took your phones and locked them up, so there's no video.
Right.
But we do have her review.
Okay.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Let me just see something real quick. I was a little disappointed that like my post with the review only got like 50 likes, which is like low for my posts.
Because no one likes Sarper. I'm trying to tell y'all that no one cares about him or Shekinah. Like they literally don't care. The only
Yeah.
people who think we care are the producers of the
Yeah,
day.
so
Oh,
produce. I know there has to be at least one sharp employee that listens back to this, if not the whole company. But I just want y'all to know the post I did where I did the review, not my review, but one of our listeners' reviews of this. What was the name? What was the name you did of the combo name, George? You coined it tonight.
Chick Harper.
oh,
Shakarper of the
Shabooty.
Shakarper performance. It only got 50 likes. So anyway, I could read you what the review was of. Here's Shakarper's review. No, it says this is from one of our hardcore listeners. Well, I could tell you who it is. It was Amber. Is Amberlee live in the audience? I mean, in our audience.
Let's see if she's here.
Let's see if Amberlee is here. I guess she's not
Oh,
here,
she's
right?
not here today. Oh,
She's
weird.
not here today. She's usually always here. But anyway, here's her review. Thank you, Amberlee, for this exclusive review. It says so, this quote, so last night's show with Sarper, okay, I'm actually surprised that he did so well at the beginning. He did some immigration bits, which had people laughing. Then he went into being married and Shekinah and her jealousy, which we all seen before.
Oh my
But towards
god.
the towards the end, he started making bad facial impressions and his accent got real thick. He referenced the show several times as part of his gimmick, I guess. Him and Shekinah had a booth almost behind me, so I walked over to the table and tapped his arm to get his attention and told him good set. He was nice and shook my hand and gave me the dead eye stare, which is scary in real life. I, I think 90% of the crowd was there for him because the girls were going nuts. And then Shekinah and Sarper left before the last act even went on. All in, I would say about a 6 out of 10 rating, which is surprisingly better than I expected. So that was our listener's review.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting because I don't know. Do you think so? First question: do you think that someone writes his material for him, or
Oh,
do you?
most
Of course,
definitely.
yeah.
Of course. He gets
Of course.
somebody.
Obviously.
He gets somebody to write down stuff. I think that he probably would be funny in his own language, because he does have
Mhm.
that side of him that you can see him being a funny person.
But
You
like,
know,
well, here's the other side of the coin, though. The devil's advocate is, okay. For example, and again, I'm not saying like Jerry, for example, like Jerry Seinfeld. I'm not saying he's like not funny, but the thing is with like somebody like Jerry Seinfeld, everyone was a fan of the show. So then when he would come on to do stand up comedy, basically he would just get like a 5 minute standing ovation even before he said a word, just because everyone's so excited to see him and they'll clap because they're fans of the show. So I feel like Sarper has some of that going for him, where it's like they're fans of the 90 Day Fiance. So when they see him, the first few minutes are just so cheerful and excited to see him, where it's like he can do no wrong because we're excited to see someone from 90 Day Fiance. So I feel like that's part of his
I
like
mean,
strong entrance.
you would have to have an entire audience of 90 Day Fiance viewers for that kind of outcome, because there's always going to be a crowd that doesn't find, people that don't find you funny. So I think his humor, it's like a dry humor, and people like, okay, you know what, a chuckle. Depending on the club you go to, they're not mean and throw tomatoes at you, but they just courteous. They're courteous because, like, when you do karaoke, when you go to a karaoke bar, even when people get up to sing that they really suck, people don't start booing them. You just, muscle through their song, as bad as it can be, and then you just let them get off the stage and move on. You don't
Yeah, and
you know
also we have to remember. I don't remember how long he did. He probably only did like 8 or 10 minutes, so it's not like he had like a huge long set either.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. They probably were not the kind of crowd to just boo you off the stage or start making bad comments. They just sit there and let you do your set. Like it's probably like a stand-up comedy for beginners or something like that. You
Mhm.
know, like a karaoke bar. I was dying to do karaoke
So
when I went
I
on my.
performed there. I performed at the Comedy Store as well as
Ice
at
House.
the Laugh Factory. It was the Laugh Factory, right?
He was at the Comedy Store, but he's.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
It's probably a different crowd.
So no, I mean, so when I started at Comedy Store, I used to do the main stage all the time, and so like in the beginning, like if he's just starting out first, it's like a bringer show, so he has to bring a bunch of people.
Mhm.
And so probably like, he advertised or whatever. But that's interesting. Cause yeah, I used to perform there all the time. You have to know someone to get in to perform, obviously. Like a showrunner is how it
Oh,
works.
Yeah.
TLC
Well, I think
probably hooked
it
them up.
sounds like he definitely brought the crowd in though.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, the way that works, I think Coco is they give you a certain amount of tickets.
They give you a certain amount of tickets. You have to sell a certain amount of tickets.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, like I used to do comedy there all the time.
It's probably all her clients, or her lip filler clients, were probably in the audience and cheering him on and stuff like that. Because how many people can they possibly know? You know.
Mhm.
Well, he could have posted on his Instagram and she posted on her Instagram, and they probably could have sold, they probably gave him 100 tickets. So, and he probably would be able to sell 100 tickets, right? I don't think it would be that many.
So
Because
it usually is like 25 tickets actually.
No, it's not that many. It's not that many tickets.
It's like 20.
George.
That's what I did it. I was selling like 25, 50, so yeah, this was like back in 2015 that I was doing it. So
Like the fact that he didn't stay till the end and take photos with like fans
yeah,
was
that's
that.
shitty because like you always did that. That was like the fun part of doing comedy
Mhm.
was like just meeting all the people.
Yeah, wouldn't you like to stay to
Yeah,
the end to
you're
see what
supposed. Yeah, you're
other
supposed to
people are
stay and
doing?
like at least go in the lobby and like meet fans and shit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and
Not
just to
only
see
that, support other comedians
support.
as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Give other people support the way they gave you. You know.
Yeah, they're big
Absolutely. That's
shots.
what
They
you're
left
supposed to
already.
do.
Yeah, they're big shots and left earlier, like they're A-listers and shit.
yeah, that's
But,
crazy. Because the
mhm,
fact that they thought they were bigger than Whitney Cummings is
mhm.
wild to me, because who are Sarper and Shekinah?
Are you sure it was the Comedy Store? You're 100% sure it wasn't Laugh Factory.
I'm 100% sure it was Comedy Store.
Okay, then yeah, you know what? Because like I did before I did Laugh Factory, I had to do Comedy Store, and Comedy Store is basically like your intro. Like they'll put anybody there.
Yeah, I think the owner is a Persian guy.
The owner is Pauly Shore.
Oh,
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of Laugh Factory or something.
Okay, so that's what I'm
No,
saying.
no, I mean
It
like
was-
Sarper's thing was a Comedy Store, but as far as the Persian owner, maybe Laugh Factory. Anyway, that's just
yeah,
a
Laugh
random.
Factory is different owner than Comedy Store.
True. Yeah, Comedy Store is like legendary because Pauly Shore's mom ran it for a
Yeah,
long
she
time.
ran it for like 60 years, so that's why.
True.
I used to do sets with him.
Did he hook up with you? Sorry, almost
No, he's like a friend of my dad, so that's like definite no.
Oh.
But he's a fun guy. He's a fun guy to have a drink with.
Paul
True.
Shore is amazing. I've hung out with him before. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
George, you know the movie Pauly Shore's Dead?
No, what movie is that?
Oh, that's my dad's film. He did this show. It's supposed to be like it's early 2000, and it was like basically like Pauly Shore, like he has no fans anymore, so he fakes his own death. It's a funny movie.
mm.
Oh, I could watch that.
I'm in it.
Wait, you are?
Yeah.
I loved him in Son-in-Law.
That was a funny movie.
I used to
Mhm.
watch that. I used to watch that all the time. Every time it came on, I used to watch it.
Did you all see that? You all saw that Pauly Shore Big Ed video, right?
No.
I know George had to have seen it. The Big Ed Pauly Shore clip, like social, like Instagram video.
No.
Wait, I don't know.
It's like it was
No.
viral for a while. I could send it to y'all, but maybe I could send it to y'all for like the next show. It's not even it's kind of old now, but there's a video of like Big Ed and Pauly Shore hanging out, and like Pauly Shore's making fun of Big Ed, and it's pretty funny. And Big Ed kind of rolls with the punches because he's being goofed on, but it's kind of amusing.
I
But
don't remember that.
oh, we don't have to. I'll send it to you at some point and then watch it. It's pretty hilarious. But
Yeah, let's do that because I want to see that. Oh, and I'll dig up some pictures with Pauly Shore and I'll post them to Patreon. I know
true.
I have some somewhere.
True. Let's see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember. So was it last Sunday's show? I think we already might have talked about it on the podcast. Did we already talk about Jasmine and her fake kiss to celebrate Gay Pride
Yeah, we
Month?
did. We covered that.
It's funny. The other day we were talking about gay baiting. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we
on.
covered
Yeah.
that. We covered that.
Okay, we covered that.
her
Okay,
gay for a day.
Okay, okay. Did you all see my posts where? Because again, I rarely post like jazz and stuff, and then there was like the plate of food she made for like Matt,
Yes.
and then. But did you see my post? But I kind of
Yes.
I memeified it a little bit.
I loved it. I loved it.
But it's like I know Coco understood the meme because she's
Yeah.
like up on politics type shit. But
I understood it as well. I'm up on politics as well.
okay, George, did you
No, we're all
understand?
fucking rednecks, Shabooty. We're all fucking rednecks. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, I'll explain the memeification of it for the people that aren't as like on top of it like us. But so let me just pull it up. It's kind of stupid, but I still found it funny. So anyway, like she posted a picture of like her making this fancy food, not fancy, but like food for Matt. And then what I did was go look at my post on Instagram. What I did was I basically photoshopped in like the Trump plate at the
Uh-oh.
Sterling, Virginia Golf Club crypto dinner. So I took the crypto dinner $1 million plate at the Trump event and I photoshopped it into like Jasmine's story of the dinner plate she made for Matt. And I just thought it was funny to like put that in there as if she made that.
No, I saw that. I thought it was
I
funny.
saw that too.
I
Yeah.
thought it was weird though that Jasmine cooked Matt meat.
Yeah. Oh, just for the record, on the real photo, not the one I posted, on the real photo, it's also like steak. So
Yeah, because I remember her freaking out on
Yeah, she's supposed to be a vegan. Vegans supposedly hate the smell of
yeah, but
charring meat.
when she first got to Michigan, if you remember correctly, she went off on Gino because he was cooking meat in the
mhm.
kitchen, and she's like, "Don't even cook that around me." And then the idea that she cooked steak for Matt, it was really weird because vegans are very, very
Yeah,
particular about.
Mhm.
yeah, they can't even take the smell of meat being cooked, especially a steak.
And I relate to that. So it's
Wait,
shocking that she actually did that.
are you a vegan?
I'm not, but when I do get very nauseous, like when I was doing the whole chemo thing, I could not be around chicken for some reason. It was the smell of chicken made me want to vomit.
Mhm.
So I do understand some people who are like that. It's like the worst
Well,
feeling.
you had an excuse because of your illness. That's like when you're pregnant. There's certain
Yeah.
things you can't smell.
Yeah, yeah.
But she's vegan by choice.
Yeah, yeah.
So the smell of charring steak, I know that there's people that are vegan that have complained to about their neighbors. They can smell the meat cooking in their neighbor's apartment, or if their neighbors are having a barbecue, they go crazy because their neighbors are having a barbecue and they're charring beef and stuff like that on their grill, and the smell is driving them crazy.
Okay.
So yeah, for a vegan like she claimed to be, the smell of, especially if you're the one that's doing the cooking, that's not even believable.
Yeah, you know what that reminds me of? It's not, I don't think it's necessarily like a food thing, but remember when Natalie was with Big Mike and she was like, "Yeah, I don't
Right,
drink and I don't eat this and that."
right,
And then
right.
nowadays she's like, eat drinking, eating, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, she's like, "Ah, fuck that, I don't care what." Yeah, she gave Mike hell about eating a steak and
Hmm.
drinking a beer.
Hmm.
Yeah, speaking of Natalie, you think we're gonna see her again or something?
Yeah.
Because she's prepping for it.
Why
Yeah.
why do you say that? I don't follow her. What's she been doing?
Well, one of our
Shabooty?
topics is her like her tummy tuck plastic surgery.
Oh, I did see that. I did see that.
Yeah, so I said she's prepping for something.
I hope.
Yeah,
I
I
hope.
I feel like we'll see her on something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's
Mhm.
coming back. We're not done with her.
I hope to
Diaries.
not see her, but
Hunt for Love is gonna be the new thing for all
Mhm.
of them, because
Yeah,
she's already did the single life, so the next step is Hunt for Love.
yeah, I could see her on there because
Yeah,
they
I see
like
her
to
on
have
Hunt for
because
Love.
for Hunt for Love they like see they brought in Colty and Courtney because they're like the goofy ugly people. No offense, so they like to have the comedic relief of them and stuff.
Yeah, and she brings a lot of drama, so definitely they're bringing her back for Hunt for Love. I mean, I'm saying definitely, because that's the kind of person that TLC would want to put on that show. You see, we got that girl Elise that's bringing all the crazy drama. So who brings the crazy better than Natalie?
Hmm. So yeah, as far as it's in speaking of like the 90 Day Fiance community not having the sense God gave geese, when I posted the like plastic surgery video, everyone's like, "Oh my God, how can she afford that? How can she afford that? How can she afford that?" First of all, I think it was the doctor that Sophie went to for her procedures, but it seems like half the people do not understand the concept of like something being comped for promotional purposes.
The collaboration.
Yeah, like she's getting it for free in order to promote the doctor. But it seems like everyone's like, oh my God, how could she afford that? It's like, how do you not understand the concept of something being comped for promo?
I think that I'm not necessarily comped for promo. I think that TLC has some kind of agreement with the doctor to give them,
Well, it
give
was
the
like Teen
cast
Mom.
members, give the cast members procedures at an affordable rate, and TLC does the promotions for them, because it would be like a commercial, like here come,
Advertisement.
advertising, come to this plastic surgeon, blah 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 blah
It'll
blah.
be
She's
like
not doing that.
Sonobello. It would be like
Yeah,
that
it'll be
Sonobello.
like a sonobello. Like
Mhm.
Gina, you posted that post about somebody, was it you, Gina, that Tim, those things he was putting on his feet were for Dr. Scholl's, and
Oh yeah.
he's actually promoting it. He's like, yeah, these are great Dr. Scholl's thing, and get this and that. So he's promoting that, you know.
True. Yeah, I don't know, but well, we know Angela's doctor became like a big hit on the show. So,
Well, he was a hit before Angela. Remember, he's the Gorilla Glue guy.
oh yeah, we learned that from you, I think.
Yeah, he's the one that detached the wig off the girl that had Gorilla Glue, or the hair, whatever. So he became, a sensation off that by itself. And then the Angela promoted, the surgery. She did him some more promotions and stuff like that. But I don't think that they give them like, okay, you can get a free tummy tuck, and then TLC is just going to say you got it done here, because there's not really advertising for the
Yeah,
for
I
the
don't think TLC really gets involved. I think it's a social media promo thing.
Yeah, unless she's on social media saying, I got my tummy tuck at,
Well,
Shabooty's tummy tuck clinic.
Well, like, okay, so she posted that video. Well, there's a video that I reposted that was from the doctor. And then that same day, she went on Instagram Live with the doctor in the doctor's
Oh,
office, talking with the doctor, talking about the procedure,
did she
promoting.
post the doctor's name and all that stuff? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Of course she
it was
did.
in his office and he was producing it live, like a live stream. He was producing it. So I'm sure they mentioned his name and stuff.
yeah, he probably gave her like a $50 coupon if you
No,
say
I
my
think
name.
he did I assume probably did it for free. So for the promotion, all of it.
Nah, those procedures are like $5,000.
Well, let's see. What is she getting? Like, give me an
Tummy tuck.
example.
Tommy Tuck or some shit.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if you do the mommy makeover, it depends like where you're going, but like usually they range between like 10 to 15,000.
Exactly. Nobody's gonna give you a slide, let you slide on 15 grand just because you mentioned them on Instagram.
It depends on how many followers they have.
Yeah, it does
It
depend.
really does, because like look at
Mhm.
Teen Mom. Like they got Dr. Miami to get all the girls the makeovers, like with Jade. I don't know if you guys watch Teen Mom, but yeah, she got all her procedures done for free.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
mean, she got a boob job, she got a tummy tuck, she got a lot of stuff done.
yeah, so what they do is they'll do your procedure for free and then you post your promo and then they'll give you like a code.
Yes.
Like a
And then each
10% off
person,
code or
yeah,
something
and
like
each
that.
person
That's what I'm saying. They give you a percent off, right?
But
But they
no,
don't.
do it for free.
that's for customers. That's not for them
Yeah.
themselves. They get the
Mhm.
procedure done for free.
That's just how they can
True.
track how much business you brought them. They'll raise their price. Say for instance, it's a 10% off code. They'll raise their price 10%. So no one's getting a discount. That code is just so they can track to see how much business you specifically brought in for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They will
Uh,
comp your service.
Very good.
These teen moms, they have like 2, 3, 4 million followers. So they're gonna do everything for them for free, and then their followers are gonna come in and recoup that times 10.
yeah. Okay, so did you see the reason I bring this topic up? So did you see the Darcey video of her dancing with her booty with the Darcey music and shit?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So one thing I want to do is read the comments section of that
Oh
post.
Lord, they were dragging her to filth on there.
Wait, they were? I didn't read the comments, so this
I
will.
mean, at least the one I saw, but because I had seen it, but I don't share it with you guys because you guys are more onto, you're more up to date with social media than I am. So sometimes I'm like reluctant to tell you guys about stuff that I come across because I'm like, oh, they probably already know about this. But I had seen that a while back. Her and the sister dancing in a video with that rap song.
Yeah, well, this one was just her, but I posted it on my feed and it got 170 comments. So there's a lot of comments. So should I read some?
Just the negative ones.
Well, I think 98% of them are negative.
I think that all that came in was negative.
Yeah. So okay, I'll
Just
just
read
read.
the bad shit like we do. You know, we like the bad shit only.
Yeah, I'll read this. I'll just read through some of them. Okay, the first one was where the heck is her belly button? Um, and then this one says, you know that's not from working out, right? Working out doesn't make your belly button disappear and make scars under your ass cheeks. She looked so much better before she did any of this foolishness. It makes me sad because I love her and Stacy, but this is too far. This one says, who sees her body when you can't get past the eyebrows and lips? Her girls must be real proud. Um, this one says they were really pretty women before the surgeries. If they would have just kept up with good skin regimen and a good exercise routine, they would be way hotter. The surgeries have definitely done them a disservice. Um, let's see. The sad irony is how she now needs a filter to look better after all the plastic surgery. But hey, the twins are still my queens. I don't give a fuck. So that was actually pseudo positive. I don't know. Let's see.
That was actually Stacy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
True. Let's see. I don't know how I feel like she's looking good and better nowadays. It's just the harsh eyebrows that are off-putting, I think. Someone said it's giving Minecraft, and then I said or Roblox.
That's hilarious.
uh, let's see. This one says even if she looks better, nothing can improve those voices. This one says deformed. Way too much work done. She's almost 50. Come on, have a little decency. She's had way too
He's
much
not
trust.
even 50?
Wait, huh? I don't know. This one says she's almost 50, but I don't know how old she.
I thought she was like 56.
They're 50 years old. They turned 50 on September 23rd.
Oh my God, they look awful.
They'll
Okay,
be
well,
51 this year.
Oh, damn, yeah. So let's see. She needs to hit the gym. Her abs are paid for and painted on. Nothing she can do to fix her mug. Ouch. She doesn't have a belly button. Darcey clearly wants to be a porn star.
No, that's her daughter.
Oh,
Oh.
No.
I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming. I
Sorry,
just
I couldn't
knew
help
it.
it.
I knew it. I was
Oh.
waiting for it.
Sorry.
You
I
mean
was
this?
waiting.
You mean the squirter? Sorry.
Oh,
Oh.
we are gonna get some backlash from this, guys. We're gonna
Okay, it's okay. Tell her to sue me.
Squirt, squirt, squirt,
Tell her
squirt,
to sue me for defamation.
squirt, 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 squirt.
Let's see. Good on you for the morning work. Oh, that was talking about me. That was actually complimenting me. They said, good on you for the morning workout because I said I just worked out. I'm trying to be positive, so I'm not going to shit on Darcey. Um, there's nothing nice to say about Darcey here. It's just really sort of scary, sad. Let's see. Her eyebrows were moving. So sad to see what they've done to themselves. I miss Darcey's second face, the one she had after the Jesse breakup. That was her best face yet.
It was. I will say it
Mhm.
was.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Sad thing is that she's old enough to be a grandma, and she still has not learned anything about from her mistakes. Because this
I'm
post,
surprised she ate one yet.
because this post represents everything she's done to herself to be called a laughing stock. Some people never learn and toss good money after bad. And then it says the lousy music, bad lyrics, terrible vocals, botched surgical procedures to posting comical, over-filtered photos and reels. Nothing those twins do is normal, healthy, or self-respectful. It's Barnes and Bailey's three-ring circus on full display.
Damn.
That was
Tell me
that
how you really feel.
Cringe, shaking her ass for cheap likes at her age. Go read a book, woman.
But she would have to be able to open her eyes to do that, Shabooty.
This is a sweetheart. I love her passion and fire, but you have to stop. It's starting to look a little man transitioned.
oh
But she does. She
They,
does. She definitely does.
they
Mhm.
found they found that plastic surgeon in Turkey, and they just because she posted that she was in Turkey when she posted
Yeah.
that video or something. They were in Turkey. I mean, I to each his own, but I got a sick feeling that one day we're gonna open up social media and it's gonna be bad news because
Well, it's like Joan Rivers.
you keep
It was
going
a BOGO
overseas.
offer.
Yeah, you keep going overseas to get this shit done. You got to know that they're cutting corners over there because no self-respecting physician, plastic surgeon would continue to aid you on these procedures. You know, they no matter how much money you give them, they have to. They would at some point would have told her, okay, that's enough. We can't pull your fucking scalp, your hair back anymore, your hairline back anymore, because now you got like her forehead looks like a landing strip. She keeps pulling that thing back and pulling that thing back and pulling the eyes back and pulling the eyes back. The cat eye thing. She looks really ridiculous, to be honest. But to each his
She
own.
doesn't look like anybody in Turkey. I've watched
And she's not. The thing is that
Turkish
she's
soap operas.
yeah.
And no one looks like that.
The thing is she's not satisfied. She keeps going back and getting more and more and more. I don't
Well,
know if
they
he
say
does.
plastic surgery is an addiction.
I don't know if he's doing it for free. I don't know if it's, like a pro bono thing, but she keeps going to Turkey and those things don't ever turn out well,
Okay, let me just read a few more comments. Haha, wonder what her fake six pack will look like after she gains weight, as they always do. I read if working out like normal people, they keep doing this. Their face looks like masks at this point. Sad. I can't believe what you've done to your face. I don't like seeing you like this. It's very sad. Oh my God, I'll never be able to unsee or unhear that. Um, Filter on full blast. Jesus, I'd be completely ashamed of my mother. Wait, this is their music. Oh my God, I don't know what's worse, the music or her slutty dance. Um, the music choice is diabolical. Her lips are going to take over her head. Plastic vibe ab implants. I swear to God, I thought that face was what's her name from Philippines that Lauren was dating. I think that was
Jesus.
face.
Oh God.
Uh, Looking a little manly, Catwoman. Those glasses look like the joke ones with the eyes on them. uh, no words, indeed, only ew. I hate this is all she focuses on. Imagine how low her self-esteem is. Um, let's see, tucked somewhere. What's with the weird lines on each side of her stomach? Did they pull too tight? All right,
Yeah.
all right. I guess we mostly get the
You
gist.
know what's crazy? When you see Darcey and Stacy with all that work done and stuff like that, you would think that their mom was that way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the mom and she's like just a plain old mom, like any other mom. And then you see these two girls with so much work done, like almost like they don't ever want to be like their mom.
mhm.
Like I don't ever want to look like that. Maybe that's why dad left his mom because she didn't look a certain way. So they don't ever want to fall into that category. So they just keep on doing more stuff and more stuff and more stuff.
True. Okay, I'll just read a few more. Imagine paying all that money for that sad looking bottom when your head, booty, and boobs are all the same size. Sorry, but boring. Their time is up. Move on with grace and respect. Let's see. Insecurity poster child. And when it all comes down, then what? BBL plus filter and voila. Still cringy looking, and the song proves that singing talent is still bad. Poor Darcey, she looks terrible in her face. Her body's banging though. Fake abs, fake ass, fake boobs. Welcome to Miami. All right, I'll just do like one. I'll do a few more. Okay, this song is from their new mixtape. I've had a ringing ringing in my ears since I heard that. Why do her breasts look like watermelon? She picked the wrong fruit. She filtered her belly button away. What 60-year-old shakes her butt like that? Okay, I guess we kind of get the drift, but that's most of the comments. Yeah.
I guess she got roasted. This was like the Comedy Central roast of Darcey. Like she got roasted.
I think you know what happens. She goes online, she sees all the negative press, and then she heads back to Turkey, and she's like, "Okay, look what they said about this. This. Give me a belly button. I don't have a belly button, so let me go in and get a belly." Like,
Oh, I didn't even notice she didn't have a belly button because as you were reading the comments, I went back and watched it.
yeah, I mean, something is where it should be. I don't know if it's a button or he just left like a a placeholder to come back and do it. He left like a little placeholder.
I was like, there's no way. And yeah, I was like, I was looking for the belly button and there's like a little indention like where it should be, but it's
Yeah, I've seen that before.
that's crazy.
Yeah, because remember when they do you a tummy tuck, they take your belly button off and then they
Also
pull.
put it back on.
Yeah, they put it back on, but sometimes it doesn't work out the way they planned it. And
That's
All right, okay, this will be the final comment. It's better than Jasmine's upside down pizza box ass.
yeah,
Yeah.
true. Jasmine had a disaster going on back there.
Yeah, hers was very square angled. Anyway,
Well,
okay.
Gino said they put him in upside down.
Mm,
yeah.
sure. All right. Did y'all? Sorry. Next topic. Did y'all see? It's not really it's not really breaking news necessarily, but did y'all see the Mary and Brandon posted a video and they basically said the show is scripted, and then it went kind of viral. Um, and I will say it's kind of weird how when I post a video like that, a lot of the comments section is very like, I know they fake their cancer, so obviously they're questionable, but at the same time, the comment section is always like very defending of the TV show, which I find interesting.
Yeah, it's like people don't want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
As much as you, I mean, not to be say anything political, but we have that right now on social media. People are saying, people are reading the comments and they're still not, they're like, no, that's a lie, he was hacked,
Mhm.
somebody hacked his phone. So yeah, people want to believe that the show is real, so they'll take it from the most uncredible participants that it's a lie. Oh, that's them just lying because TLC won't
Mhm.
renew their contract,
Like,
etc.
sometimes I feel like when I post a post like that goes, that kind of exposes the show or something is being scripted. Sometimes I feel like either Sharp or TLC has like a comment section, SEAL Team 6 that
Yeah, the
they
bots,
get.
they're like, release the bots.
Yeah, they like release the bots. There's like a SEAL Team 6 of commenters that come in defense of like the
Of
network,
course there are. Of
and they
course
hop
there are,
in.
Shabooty. Wouldn't you know that? They
No, I
they have
know.
no, I'm saying, wouldn't they have their thing? They also have the power to delete posts that are not favorable to them. So they'll delete your post because sometimes you post something and you're like, damn, I don't see the post that I posted. If it's not favorable, they delete your post. You know?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it depends on if it's Reddit. Yeah, Reddit will delete it. But what was I gonna say? No, yeah. It feels like there's a SEAL. I'm just being, figuratively speaking. There's like a SEAL Team 6, a comment section coming in and like all in defense of the network, which I
Exactly.
find
All you
They
very.
gotta do
censor it.
No, all you gotta do is when you see stuff like that, you click on the person and you'll see they got like 10 followers, 14
Mhm.
followers. That's how you can tell that this is
Yeah.
just to
You, you
control.
know, you know the other time where that happened and it kind of pissed me off, whether it was like just dumb fans or if it was like the network SEAL Team 6 coming in, it was when I was the first person to post it was like the exciting fans. Well, there's two times on the same subject matter. There was the fan sighting of like Michael being in the United States with Angela.
Right,
I
right.
posted that and people were all in the comments like saying, "No, Michael is not here. How dare you say that?" And
Yeah.
then I finally had the photo. Well, actually that was it because when I had the photo, you can't really argue with the photo. So it was the first time I had posted that he's in the country, and there's a ton of people in the comment section out of the woodwork on Twitter that didn't even follow me. They were like, "Yeah, no, Michael's not in the United States." and it was like very
Mm-hmm.
shady. It was like it was super shady.
Yeah, they definitely have their bots for when something isn't favorable to them. They will,
They
send their bots
spring into
out.
action, yeah.
Or when they want to cause controversy on one of your tweets, they'll send out like 50 bots to combat your tweet. To cause engagement, negative, positive engagement on your tweet. Like they'll
Mhm.
bait you. They'll bait you. Like I've gotten a lot of stuff like that when I post something about somebody, and then I'll get like 10 people coming out of the woodwork saying that I'm racist or that I'm misogynistic or something like that. You know.
Mhm.
And
True.
I click on the person who's sending it, and it'll be like 10 followers joined, and
Yeah,
something,
some of them don't even follow.
Recently joined.
Some of them
something.
they
No,
don't. Some of them don't even follow you and shit.
exactly. No, they don't even follow the show. And you scroll down to their page, and there's absolutely nothing to do with the show. They just random posts on their page. But also, you'll see somebody that posts. You click on it, they got 20 followers, and they joined in 2014.
Mm,
So you're like,
Mm,
what the fuck? And you've been on here for 10 years, and only 14 people follow you.
sounds like me and TikTok.
true.
Also, I find I've been meaning to tell you guys this, ask you guys about this. We have there's a lot of people that follow me, like try to follow me, or I request it, and when I click on it to see, they have like the same thing I told you, like 2014, only 10 followers, but they're all followed by Susie Weekly, every single last one
Yeah.
of them. And I'm like, is she just letting anybody on her page? Like, what's up with Susie?
Yeah, she probably follows back any fan that follows her or some shit.
Yeah.
I think there's not a single person that has friend requested requested to follow me that she's not following.
Yeah, well, she get people. A lot of people follow her too for her updates too. So
Yeah, so I'm like, Susie, are you just following? I sent her. I was like, are you just following anybody that comes on your page?
yeah, I think she'll follow any 90 Day fan that interacts with her probably.
Yeah, but these are not 90. They're just somebody that will comment on something you said. And if you don't, like me, for example, if somebody makes a comment on one of my posts, and I'm like, I don't like this comment. Let me see who the fuck you are. And I click on you, and you got like 10 followers, and you joined in 2010. And I'm like, and then I scroll through your page, and I look at your posts, and absolutely nothing to reality shows or nothing relevant. I'm like, okay, this is a bot. And then I look, and then I see Susie following. I'm like, wait a minute, she's not even vetting the people she's following, because this person clearly is not a 90 Day fan. But yeah, like I asked her one time, I was like, do you
Well,
just follow
it
anybody?
says that Susie Weekly follows 6,799 people.
Okay, I got 14,000 followers.
No, but you don't follow that many though.
No, I'm saying
No,
I don't follow that many.
she
But
follows 6,799
so
people.
how you follow more people than you than are following you?
She has 5,191
Yeah,
followers.
she follows more than she has
That's
followers.
what I'm saying. She follows more people than follow her.
Yeah, well, she's a granny, so she's not gonna be like social media whatever
She just follow
savvy.
anybody that friend requests her. She'll follow back. I asked her.
You
I was
guys
like,
don't laugh at this. So I'm following 369 people, and I
what?
have
We can't hear you. We can't hear
Yeah,
you.
We can't hear
We can't hear you. You sound
you.
like you're in the hallway.
Gina.
Get it
Sorry,
together.
sorry.
Gina. Get it together.
Got it
Damn it,
together. It's
Gina.
alcohol.
Get your shit,
Damn
put it
it.
in a bag, and get it together.
So I'm gonna take this shit. Following 369 people, and I have 55 followers. Joined in February 2009.
Oh, you're one of the people that Captain was describing.
Yeah, Gina.
Yes, I am.
True.
I do not
we
accept
we love you.
anybody
We
who
love
I
you.
don't.
We love
I
you,
don't
Gina.
accept anybody that I don't know, and if they follow me and don't follow anybody that I know, like I've asked George and asked Shabooty, like, who is this person? I don't know them. They don't follow you guys, so I'm not going to follow them either. Delete and
I
block.
usually go by who follow. Like if somebody asks me for a follow, I look to see if George or
Yeah.
Shabooty's following
Yeah,
Well,
them.
me too.
you know what the funny part is, like Captain Picard will be tweeting like either well on Twitter she'll tweet and then she'll have someone in her replies and she'll reply to that person and then I'll look and the person she's just replied to like I have blocked. I mean I blocked them and then I'll look at their profile. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why you're talking to people that I blocked, but
Yeah, because
Usually,
I don't know who you blocked. You know how many people,
yeah.
I can't see who you
No,
blocked. Like,
usually,
unless you tell me not to
yeah.
follow them.
Usually the people I block like that are not to get into it. It's usually like it's more of like a political shithead.
No. Yeah, unless you guys tell me, listen, this person is off limits, then I'll go and I'll see if I'm following them, then I'll
Mhm.
block them. But I can't just randomly off the top of my head know,
True.
who's to block and who not to block. Remember, I'm still new. I just opened my Instagram like a couple months ago.
True.
After I had to, I literally.
After much of George pushing me and harassment, I finally decided to open that. I just got on Patreon, so that's a win for me. Yay.
George,
Mhm.
why are you
True.
harassing people?
The
Yeah.
funny part is we thought you were already on it, and then we looked and we were like, "How come she ain't never in here?" And you weren't even in there.
I didn't even know what that was. I thought Patreon was some other shit that you guys had on the side for like super duper special people.
Well, it's for super fans.
It is what it is, but you decided to not be there.
I didn't know. Listen, George, I barely know how to Google shit.
Mhm.
She'll know how to order chicken nuggets. But she
No,
don't
Yeah.
know.
that goes without saying, but yeah. So I'm
True.
getting onto to the whole, social media curve with you guys, with the help of you guys, of course.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's not something.
So speaking of being on the whatever, so Tiffany's on Cameo, but her Cameo price is $5,000.
No, that can't.
Is
That
that
has to
fucking
be a typo.
possible?
That has to be a typo, bro.
All right, so I remember this was like maybe a month ago. I got a text message from baby girl Lisa, and she was like, "Hey, have you seen this?" And it was a screenshot of Tiffany's Cameo. And it said, she was like, "Do you see that Tiffany's charging $5,000 for a cameo?" And I was like, "No, that's probably a mistake." So Lisa was like, "Let's find out." So she texts Tiffany, and Tiffany is like, "Hey, why are you charging $5,000 for a cameo?" And Tiffany replies to the text message and says, "I hate doing cameos. So
Mhm.
I put it $5,000 so nobody will buy them."
Mhm.
Okay, now it makes sense.
But why would you hate making money? Like that's such a weird thing for me. Like if you could sell them for $50, why would you just be like, I don't want $50? Like I don't know people. I mean, I guess people like Elon Musk is like, I don't want $50. I guess if you're like rich enough, you don't want $50. But I didn't realize that Tiffany was that rich that she just doesn't want money. Because putting a $5,000 price, I guarantee you she hasn't sold one this year. I don't know
No,
any.
she hasn't sold one since 2021.
Oh my God. Serious?
Yeah,
20
Mm-hmm.
well, it's kind of dumb in the sense of when I made my posts, even though we like Tiffany, we're friends with her or whatever, at the same time, when I made my post initially, like it kind of makes her look a little bad.
I mean, $5,000 is a stretch for somebody, for a non-player character, to request $5,000 for you
I
to
don't
do a
even think
cameo.
I don't even think Kim Kardashian could sell a cameo for 5,000.
I
Maybe.
don't think she's on Cameo.
Well, I'm just saying, even if she was, I don't think she could pull off selling them for 5,000. She could probably sell them for 1,000.
Not even. Not even.
But like
Not
that.
even.
But
Remember, she wasn't on the show for a while. She just came back, so people
well,
forgot
she
about
did
her.
the single life, like I think for the very first season of the single life, and that was like her return to the show, and then she disappeared for like a hot ass minute after
She
that.
was on Single Life.
You don't remember?
Why don't
She
I
was on
remember
the
that?
same. She was on the same season.
Okay. Let's do a quick game. Sorry to interrupt. Okay, I bet you all won't guess it. Y'all know who Caitlyn Jenner is, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Caitlyn Jenner. Guess how much her cameo is?
Um,
2,000.
500.
900.
1,000, 1,500.
I said 2,000.
Okay, should I say who was closest?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The closest was Gina,
Oh,
and the answer was 2,500.
Oh my God.
For real? For Caitlyn? That's not even like a Jenner that you care about.
well,
That's
yeah,
crazy. So how
yeah.
much is Kylie? Is Kylie on there?
I don't
No,
know.
I
No.
don't think so.
I
Those
guess
people are
Um,
billionaires. Why would they be doing cameos?
that's what I'm saying. If you
Money
have
is
$1 billion,
money, darling.
but no, I'm saying if I had $1 billion, I would still charge $5,000 for cameos because I could never have too much.
Exactly.
Right? Like I've never met people that were like, I just have too much money. This money bothers me. I wish I didn't have that much. No, I would still be on there. If
I
I
don't, I don't,
So
I
I
don't think, I
fil-
don't think Kylie's on there.
no. So I filtered on Cameo price range high to low. She is the highest.
Who?
Tiffany. Tiffany.
Oh, really?
What?
oh, she's the highest
Yeah.
person on the entire site.
Because people are gonna
Yep.
pay $5,000 to see your shoulders when we can see them for free all season.
Mm,
That's
true.
that's too much. I know you like
And you
it.
know how much it is Canadian? 6,884.
Oh shit!
Damn.
How much is it in euros?
Euros are pretty much at par with the US dollar.
Oh
You
lord!
know what's funny though? Well, you know when you like you have your cameo profile and it shows like some old ones you did for your customers. So I think one of Tiffany's old videos was with the dude in South Africa was in the background of the video
Right.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
in her
Ronald.
cameos.
on her
Yeah.
cameo. Yeah.
Oh, who would
I
pay
So I
for
think
that?
she.
wonder,
What was his name again?
Ronald.
Ronald.
Ronald. Yeah.
but
So
I
she was doing
wonder,
the cameos when she was with Ronald because she had to support his gambling habit probably.
but I
Oh,
wonder,
okay.
I wonder what makes her hate doing them so much that she hasn't done them for so long. Like, do you think she had a bad experience? Do you think that somebody made her say something
Well,
embarrassing
no
and
one
then,
can make you say anything. You can always reject them.
oh yeah,
Not
that's
for $5,000. If somebody's offering me $5,000 to say some shit, I'm gonna say it.
Okay, what about
Yeah,
that
me
video I sent you
too.
guys about that guy who was like he wants to be dressed up and beat the shit out of?
wait.
That video you sent.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if he's gonna
What?
pay me $5,000 to beat the shit out of him, I mean, I'm not gonna turn that down.
Captain, I don't think you would turn it down for
I
$500.
wouldn't. I told you my
I don't think
standards
she'll
are
turn it down
Her
for a bottle of
standards are
tequila.
low.
my standards are very very low.
I think you would do some stuff for $50
I
and
got I got
Not
crack.
even 50.
Yo, I got crackhead standards. I don't,
would you do it for a 40 ounce and a shot of cocaine?
well, for a bump and a shot, yeah, why not? I mean, hey, my
Captain.
my
You'll kick a
standards
guy in the nuts. Why not?
my standards are not high. I mean, at this stage in my life, what do you think? I'm gonna charge you $5,000. How much you got? You got 300, or you got $1? $1 and
A
You
A
dollar?
dollar.
you got a McDonald's coupon for
you got
chicken
$1.
nuggets?
You got
Oh
$1
my
and
god, you would do it for the chicken nuggets.
you got $1 and a 6-piece chicken nuggets. Come on down.
That's a 6 piece, not even a 10?
Not even you got you got the duck sauce sweet and sour sauce by itself. Of course, come on.
Well, the Happy Meal is 4 pieces of chicken nuggets.
All right, give me a kid's Happy Meal.
For me,
I don't care.
it's gotta be the hot mustard. I don't do sweet and sour. It's gotta be the hot mustard.
I do the sweet and sour, but let me tell you just real quick. Shout out to McDonald's. These chicken strips are the bomb. Yo, you guys got to try these.
Wait, so
They
Captain,
don't have them here.
Captain, I have to ask you because I'm gonna age myself, but back in the day, McDonald's had these strips called the premium chicken strips. Do you remember? They released these strips and they were like called premium chicken strips, and it was like $5 for 3 of them.
Oh my
How
god.
do you compare to those?
No, somebody in the kitchen that seasoned these chicken nuggets is Spanish because you can taste the little sazon, the adobo in there. You taste like a little. These are like really well seasoned chicken
Really?
Strips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
whenever I
can't.
go to Portugal, I always get the chicken strips because I don't.
Yeah, these
Because it
things
tastes
are
so
these are
fucking
not
good.
like fast
I don't
food
know.
chicken strips.
I'm too fancy for McDonald's. I'm sorry.
No, Shabooty, you gotta try it. You
How
gotta try them. They're not your
I
typical fast food chicken strips.
I will go to McDonald's every now and then. I'm gonna say this, and it might irritate y'all, but they have the best fries
Oh,
of
McDonald's
all
fries is
time.
Oh,
hands
yeah.
down.
Yes, like
Hands down.
I don't care how bougie you are. 'Cause
Nah, McDonald's fries is everything.
I saw a
You know, my
video.
favorite pizza when I was a kid was McDonald's pizza.
McDonald's have pizza?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I know
They used
Subway
to.
had or has or had
Oh,
pizza.
I keep forgetting, Gina. You're in Canada.
It was in the US too.
No, nope.
There's a McDonald's around here. It's the world's largest McDonald's that sells pasta and pizza. I don't know if they have a lot of those around the world, but there is one around
Well,
here.
I was today years old when I found out McDonald's had pizza.
Yeah, like so the thing I remember is so the word pizza, Pizza, the McDonald's pizza, it's like PI, and then the Z's are like the M's tilted to look like cursive Z's.
Thank
ZZA.
you, Shabooty. Thank
Thank you.
Shabooty,
you.
you've eaten McDonald's pizza?
I don't know if I've had it. I just remember seeing the logo is like the M's are sideways like
Thank
Z's.
you.
I must have grew up under a rock because I ain't never seen no fucking McDonald's with pizza.
Well, I never saw it before in Orlando. I nowhere else, and I've been all over the world, all over the country. I never seen it until I was here, and I saw it's this McDonald's. It's like 2 or 3 stories tall. It's the world's largest one. It's not the one inside of Walt Disney. It's another one, and they had pizza, and I was like, huh? They also had.
Is that the one that's like slanted? That it looks like it's the building is like slanted. I know there's one in Orlando that the building looks like it's slanted or something like that.
Well,
To McDonald's.
they redid the building, so it's not slanted anymore.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about, though,
But
right?
yeah, it
Yeah.
was that. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but the
Right.
pizza is actually really good, and they have like pasta. They have like chicken Alfredo, and they have like other pastas. It tastes really good. Well, I was really surprised by it, but like I've lived
I
in
didn't
a
know
lot
that.
of different states, and I ain't never seen no McDonald's pizza till I saw that.
I never
Like
knew that.
like George, I know you're from Ohio originally. In Ohio, isn't there a city where they do like beta testing new foods at fast food joints? There's a
I
whole
think that's in
city.
Chicago.
No, it's in Ohio, I think.
Okay.
It's like they dedicate a whole city of like beta testing like fast foods.
I think it's Akron,
Mm-hmm.
Ohio.
Hold on, I could Google it, but there's a
But
specific
yeah, it's
city.
in Ohio, and any new item it gets rolled out there
Yeah.
first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is a thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna
that's
Google it.
crazy.
I
That's
would kill for
crazy.
McDonald's. I would kill for
Now-
McDonald's pizza right now.
Now I have a new goal. I have to search for McDonald's pizza.
Good luck with that. They don't make it anymore.
Oh shit! I gotta go to
Oh,
Canada.
I think it's yeah. It's,
Oh,
I don't know
it's
if you said it's
Columbus.
Columbus.
Columbus, yeah.
Gina, so I gotta go to Canada and get McDonald's.
No, they don't even have it here. I think the only place they have it is at McDonald's headquarters in Chicago, where they have menu like different
Oh,
foods.
Jenny
from
says
different...
Jenny says let's meet up in Toronto.
Jenny dang well knows that there's no more McDonald's pizza.
True. How do we get into fast food?
I don't know.
Well,
It was Captain and her chicken
we were
nuggets.
talking about cameo, and then I said I had crackhead standards, and then we landed on my McNuggets situation. I don't know.
True. Did you see Michael's skit with Brittany?
No, I didn't see that.
Yes.
Oh, I
You should
saw
watch
it.
it.
Captain, where have you been?
I don't know. You guys listen. Whenever you're not sure if I seen something, just put a little note
Well,
there.
before the show starts, you should just go through my Instagram feed and look at the last week of posts.
Just put a little note and says, "Captain, check Instagram," and then I'll go on
Well,
Instagram and check.
I send Shabooty and Gina stuff on Instagram. I'm gonna add you to the group.
Can you, so that I can just see stuff? Because if I'm not looking for it, I won't go in there. I'll usually go on Instagram after this, like to update my story with the show and all of that, promote the podcast. I go in to do that, and then if I see Shabooty post something, then I'll go into Instagram and look on his page and do whatever. But I don't just go on Instagram because, I mean, I have a lot to do with the Twitter and then the Reddit. I haven't been on Blue Sky since forever. So
Okay, just real quick. Yeah, you could look that video. It's kind of funny. Like Michael pretends, well, it's a skit. So he sees Brittany with her big, she looked like she's wearing Barney in purple yoga pants. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, he sees her giant booty. He gets mesmerized. He like trips and falls in the pool. And then he reaches out to her arm to be lifted out of the pool. And then she like curves him and he feels stupid. So it's like a little dumb skit.
which Brittany?
Brittany, the one with Yazan.
Oh, Brittany with the braces.
Yeah, Brittany and Yazan. Remember back when
Yeah.
we uncovered Aniko's stuff and we also uncovered Brittany's OnlyFans?
Yeah,
True. Oh,
yeah.
real quick, I felt like I had a witty caption when I posted that video, even though it wasn't necessarily specifically about the video. So let me just read it real quick. It's pretty short. I said, I was just going through all the things that all the cast members' side projects are doing. So I said, Michael is doing comedic skits, Sarper is doing stand-up comedy, Sophie is selling workout clothes, Usman is making I Love You songs where the lyrics are I love you, Rose is now the Filipino Fenty Beauty. Tiffany is making $5,000 cameos, and 90 Day Fiance Fridays is the best 90-day podcast. I can't even hate.
Oh, I like
Oh,
Damn
oh,
straight.
all right, all right.
I thought that was a pretty good caption.
it's
That was.
very accurate. It's very accurate.
True. All
Well,
right, we're buzzing through our topics. Oh yeah, and then did you see I posted it's like really short and not that detailed, but did you see the update I posted about Shawn, aka Burger King guy's mom?
So
oh
what happened to
yeah.
her?
Oh,
Well,
Well,
you know how she fell and busted her like
yeah.
leg.
yeah, on the
Oh
show.
yeah. The Burger King guy's mom that they had her sitting in the sun there with her
Yeah.
her fucked up
Yeah.
ankle. Yeah.
I
So
think
I DM'd against. I don't have many details, but I DM'd Shawn and I said, "How's your mom doing?" And then he said, "Quote, she has healed, but it was a lot to go through. So his mom is doing better, and her leg healed. So that's good to know."
Well, you got to know, Shabooty, those shows were filmed a while before we see them, so that might have happened months ago.
Yeah, it was probably 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months ago, but it's
well,
good to
Yeah, it
know.
was kind
It's
of you.
okay.
It was kind of you to ask.
Sean's mom, her name is Jean, and she's like 85.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So when people that age fall, it's not usually a good outcome. So
No.
we definitely wanted to make sure that she was okay because when you
Mm-hmm.
hear the horror stories when somebody that age falls,
Right.
that's
Right.
it. So she's walking again, is from what I heard, which is amazing at her age.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's good to hear from Sean's mom. And it seems like Shawn is he's embracing the Burger King guy thing because he himself posted like an AI meme as like the Burger King, and he's like, I forget the caption, but something like I'm in my castle, I'm the Burger King guy or something.
Yeah. He looked at the Burger King guy and saw the resemblance and embraced it.
Well, he saw our memes and was like, oh, well, I guess I might as well laugh along.
He has a good sense of humor, something that Shekinah needs to invest in. Instead of attacking everybody that says something you don't like, you can have fun with it and have a good sense of humor and just go with the flow. And I think Shawn, he's been a meme since he's been on the show for like many different reasons. So
Yeah.
I think that this is showing that he's like, you know what? I did the show. I can't change it. People are gonna say what they want to say. I can have fun with it. And I think that's a good way, instead of going online, like what was her name? Corona, and just going on rants every 5 seconds and yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
Just have fun with it, right?
Yeah, you can't come on here to diss us. We fight back. Your viewers fight back. We get ugly.
Well, and if you show that it bothers you, then people are gonna continue.
We go harder. We go harder. You
So-
saw what happened with Amani. Somebody was fucking with her about her nose, and she took offense to it. And then they doubled down, and then she came back and did another video, even more offended than the last time. I'm like, she's gonna be doing videos for the rest of her life because when you post that you're upset about what somebody said, you're gonna get people to go really hard on you.
Oh, by the way,
speaking of Amani, did y'all see the video that got reposted where Matt and Amani started ragging on the 90 Day Bad Boys? Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
Where somebody commented in their live and they were like, "Are you gonna join them 90 Day Bad Boys?" And Matt was like, "Oh, they're not interested in me." And then Amani chimes in and she's like, "Oh, they're just looking for clout clappers and clout chasers. We're not like that." And I was like, "That's ironic because
Beg your pardon me?
if you look up clout chaser in the dictionary, there's a picture of you and Matt literally right there. You're like patient zero.
Yeah, you're the poster children
I
for
was like, how are you
clout,
calling other
clout
people?
chasers?
Right?
And then I think Sarper commented like because they said like they were saying fuck in front of their kids. So Sarper was like, "Oh, look at you cursing in front of your children and stuff."
Oh, not only did they say that, but somebody commented something about Colt. And then she was like, "Oh, he has a small dick." And then Matt was like, "Yeah, he has a small dick or whatever." And they were there. I guess their kids were like right next to them. So they
Mhm.
were cussing and saying all that. So Sarper chimed in and was like, "Look at the way you're talking with your kids on." And then they started attacking Sarper. So it kind of seems like the thruple is, since they didn't get the level of fame that they wanted from this season. Now they're just trying to get clout by attacking everyone.
I think the throuple blew up. That blew up in TLC's face, because people started coming out of the woodworks talking about immigration situations and tagging immigration and the Homeland Security and all that about the show. And that shit must have been, that put the show on the radar with Homeland Security and all of that. I told you guys about that, right? The way that people
Yeah.
were in my comments and they're like, "Oh, is immigration gonna know about this?" and hashtagging every federal agency possible. So yeah, TLC must have been like, you know what, this is a stupid idea. We're not doing this again.
True. By the way, when I read that when Shekinah posted that thing about Boss and John, I apparently had like a caption on that post where I cooked really well, so I should probably read that as well.
Oh, also, I don't think that you read because I think they went back and forth a couple of times. I don't know if you read like all of them. I don't remember.
I don't know, but let me read my caption on. It was kind of shitting on Shekinah, but apparently it was very eloquent on my part, so I feel like it's worthy to be read. It was the one where I said, anyway, it was just the one when it was under the post where Shekinah was talking shit about John, about how he can't grow hair and his face is red as a tomato, I mean. So here's my caption real quick. It says, this is me talking. It says, I have a lot of thoughts on Shekinah. She's on season 11. She will end up on The Last Resort with Sarper. They may even be a season of her between those two bookends. Either way, they're going to be force fed to us Jasmine style until we feel like we're being waterboarded with liquid plastic. As a result, Shekinah is riding on the ultimate fame high. She lives in LA where fame is currency on steroids. Her ego is getting more puffed up than her face after a Turkish doctor dulls his knives on her mug. But I think the point I really want to make is I can spot all the cast members with a good sense of humor from a mile away, and they're likely they're likely the besties of yours truly. If you are ever curious which cast members are the good ones, you can just see who I interact with and whose posts I share. And this isn't based on what she said about John. I've also seen DMs with Shekinah and other cast members before, and they show she's a giant smug brat even off camera. I just figured I would treat the curtain like her face and pull it back. Sorry to ruin it for you if you were for some reason a misguided Shekinah super fan. Hashtag Team John and rant. So
Wow.
that was my little spiel.
I I don't disagree, but y'all know I've never been a Shekinah fan or a Shekarper fan. I've never been a fan at all. Like I can't stand either one. But
Mhm.
yeah, I second that. I stand behind that. I endorse that.
Yeah, she's very full of herself.
I
Even
cap-
though-
I
Oh,
I
why?
I Captain Jean-Luc Picard approved that message.
Well, also another thing, who do you think is more full of themselves? Like if we were having a contest, do you think it would be what's her name? I forgot her name just that quick. Tiger Lily or Shekinah? Like if we were having a full of themselves contest, which one do you think is more like full of themselves?
I think Shekinah.
Yeah, I'll say Shekinah.
But
Me
let's not
too.
forget that Tiger Lily was selling for like $5,000 where you could eat breakfast with her.
I mean, she's Delulu, but
That's pretty full of yourself because 5 grand to
But
eat.
has anybody bought it? Has anyone bought it?
I don't follow her, but I'm gonna say
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say
nothing surprises me. Rob was selling blowjobs for $5,000. So I mean,
well,
that's
he said $5,000. Sophie said 500. I think it was more along $50 to $100.
I think 5,000 is the round number. Look at Tiffany selling cameos for 5,000.
uh,
I don't
True.
believe none of that. I don't believe. I think the numbers were much lower. Much lower. You know, when you go get your business evaluated because you're trying to sell and you make it seem like it's worth a lot more than it is, I think they were inflating numbers.
That reminds me of one time I did a yard sale when I was moving from Jersey, and I priced stuff higher so that people could lowball me and try to get it for cheaper. Like
Yeah, but
if I wanted $2 for something, I would just put a price on it for $5, and then the people would come up to me and be like, "What's the best? What's the best price you can do?" And I'll be like, "Well, what you got?" "Well, I got $2." "Oh, okay, give it to me." But I just put $5 just in case they were willing to give me $5 for it.
well, exactly. I think that's where these inflated numbers are coming from. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with Tiger Lily. I think Tiger Lily is the most full of herself because she came into the show with 700,000 followers that she purchased with her own money. And I think that she is under the impression that her and Kylie Jenner are friends. I think
Okay,
that
well,
she's
okay,
that delusional.
okay, let's ask the question in this manner. I don't disagree totally, but like, okay, let me ask you this question. So if you had to, let me put it this way. Okay, if you had to do if you had to have if you had to do a 4-hour lunch with Tiger Lily or a 4-hour lunch with Shekinah, where you stuck at a table like eating lunch with her and talking to her for 4 hours, who would you rather be stuck talking to for 4 hours over lunch?
I would pick Shekinah just because Tiger Lily's voice after like the first
Mhm.
5 minutes, I would have to get up and leave.
Is there a third option?
I would
You
have
could
to
have
be very
you could have cyanide
intoxicated.
for lunch. You could eat cyanide for lunch.
I'd pick the cyanide.
Yeah.
That would be torturous for me to have to speak to one of these women or both of these women for more than a minute or two.
It's Tiger Lily's voice will turn you off immediately.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear her go on for 2 minutes with that voice.
And what do you think they would even talk about? Because Tiger Lily thinks that she's more important than she is, so she would talk about herself for that whole 5 hours. And I can't. I
Yeah, and she'd be talking about her like handwriting course analysis course.
Yeah,
How to
I know what
how
I
to
would.
fraud somebody.
I know what I would ask her about that situation where the embezzlement with the money that she was.
Exactly.
I'll
Yeah,
talk
and
about
she wouldn't tell you any of the real details.
Oh, I would shut her up real quick. I'll be like, well, I just want to ask you about that accusation that you have online. Supposedly you embezzled some money that wasn't supposed to be embezzled. And she'll shut up the whole time.
True. Yeah, I guess I would have did lunch with Shekinah. I hate to admit it.
You would have lunch with Shekinah? What would you talk about? I'm just curious.
How to churn butter, because she was Amish. So.
I would talk about her hot sisters. It's like,
oh yeah, you could ask. You'd be like, "What was it growing up as the ugly sister? Like, what was that like?"
Are your
All of
sisters
her
single?
They're hot, and then there's you. So like, what was it like growing up as all of your sisters show up somewhere, and all the boys chase after every one of them, and then when you go somewhere, and their sisters aren't with you, the first thing everyone says is, "Where's your sisters?" Like, isn't that what LaToya Jackson has to deal with whenever she goes in where they're like, "Where's Janet? Is Janet not here?" Like that's what she's got to deal with.
True. Real quick, did you see the photo I posted of Karine pregnant?
I did.
Yes.
I don't want to sound insensitive, but why is her pregnant belly always so off-putting?
Yeah, she looks like a really sad pregnant person. You see, when you see pregnant women, they look so
like
the bellies are
glowing.
so glowing, and their bellies look so round and pronounced, and they look so pregnant. She looks like an abomination.
Yes, her belly looks like a abnormal growth coming out of her.
But I feel like she's been pregnant for a very long time because I've been seeing her pregnant online for a minute.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I remember her being pregnant like over a year ago.
Yeah, right? It's like the pregnancy never went away. It's like her thing. It's like her thing online. I'm gonna just post, and then she looks so disheveled and unwashed.
Yeah, she looks like she hasn't showered and she's been like homeless for a while. And
yeah, like she's been in the jungle somewhere. Not even when she lived in the jungle, she looked better.
Yeah, you're right. She does look really horrible. And I'm not going to say that she ever looked amazing, but she definitely looks like a homeless person now.
Yeah, she always looks
Yeah.
homeless and
Paul,
like.
Paul has always looked homeless, and now Karine looks like that too.
Well, we can't talk about Karine without saying that Paul is now doing tours of the jungle.
But is he qualified to do tours?
I don't know, but Paul is doing Amazon jungle tours.
Well, he's also allegedly doing gay for pay, so he's under a man
Well,
jungle.
Alleged.
you
Wait,
can
what
do
do you mean alleged? We saw the videos and pictures. What do you mean?
you can do both. You can do gay
Well,
jungle
he's in the
tours.
man jungle. He's in the jungle bush of a man.
You can do gay jungle tours. I mean,
There
get a
might
tour.
actually be a market for that because people are so weird. There might
Yeah, people be like, yeah, I want to get fucked by a gay man in the jungle. Let me call Paul
Mhm.
and record it.
and he's gonna charge $5,000.
Exactly, the $5,000.
Everything is $5,000.
He's gonna charge you $5,000, but you can probably lowball him for.
You can probably get it for $50. You know, did y'all ever watch that one show? I don't remember the name of it. It was a pawn shop in Detroit.
Oh, porn stars?
Pawn
Stars.
Pawn stars.
Porn stars.
Hardcore porn. I don't remember.
Hardcore porn, I think it was.
No matter what they brought in, they offered you $20. No matter what, it could have been like an autographed photo of Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, you could have brought in Jimmy Hoffa's shoes, and
yes, and no matter what it was, they offered you $20.
That's the best we can do. They were like, that's the
all.
best I can do.
You'll be like, how much for a blowjob in the jungle? And he'll be like, best I can do is $20. Best I can do is $20. I'm just telling you, that's all.
I'll be like, I'll get a monkey to run the video camera for an extra 10.
True. By the way, we're at the final segment, which is strip club reviews.
All right, here we go.
Oh, are we at the end? Oh shit. Oh, where are we going today, Gina? What state?
Well,
I will let
so we have one batch of one club where I think there's 8 reviews, and then there's another place we can go since there aren't that many for this place. We can go to another place as well, and I actually do want to go to the other place because think Gina sent me a couple of other places, and it's like kind of funny because the second place if we go to is just literally it's almost like a barn. It's like a trucker barn, like a trailer type joint. So it's like extra ghetto. So we could go to that place
A
too.
strip club in a barn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have questions. Like,
you
I got so
always
many
have
questions.
I have questions. Like, what do you mean a barn?
I
Like,
got so many
Wait, you'll have
questions.
to wait and see.
Oh my
does
god.
it have plumbing and air conditioning? Like, I have
Are
questions.
the animals involved?
The funny part again, I don't have the review in front of me. But I'll try to like paraphrase it off my memory. But it was really funny. Like the guy who's saying like, I went to this like shitty strip club. It's almost like in a barn, and he's like, the women were like so grotesque here. I would have had a better time with like the actual barn animals right next door in the other barn with the real, like the real barn animals. I'd have had a better time with those.
I'm sorry. What state is this barn? I'm curious.
Missouri.
I'm gonna be so quiet for this segment because I got questions out the ass.
I guess we'll hold questions till the end.
I'm gonna mute because I have so many questions. I don't want to miss one single detail.
So should we say?
Honest to God, when I saw it, I'm like, no. And then I'm like, I read the reviews. I'm like, okay, this will be interesting Friday. Yep. Okay.
So should we do the barn thing first or do the barn place second?
Second.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna start another place, then we'll hopefully get to the barn place afterwards. So the first place.
Hold on 1 second. So Mr. Picard heard strip club reviews and he took off his headphones. He was playing Call of Duty. He took off his headphones and he's like, "What's going on?" I said, "Strip club review." Oh, strip club reviews. Let me listen in on this.
Okay. By the way, Gina, is the first place called like Club 205?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this first place is in Portland, Oregon. We'll have to ask Sophia about it. It's in Portland. This isn't the barn place. That'll be next. But this is Club 205 in Portland, Oregon. All right, and this has like 8 reviews. Then we'll go to the barn place. All right, y'all ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mute your mics until the end of the reviews. All right, this is a 1-star review, one sentence long from Troy. It says, "Worst service. Wanted to give my wife a table dance. Spend money. Refused entry at 1:34 a.m. 1 star. I mean, that wasn't really that interesting. Let me keep going. Joseph's 2 stars. It says, awesome club was great, but stripper asked to hit my e-cigarette. I said no, so she had the bouncer kick us out. Highly questionable." So yeah, I guess you have to share your vape with the strippers if you don't want to get kicked out. Um, this is a 3-star review from Evan. It says, the first club I've ever been to. I thought when you go to a titty bar, you see titties. Only one girl had actual tits. The rest, my brother had bigger tits. They're actually cute in the face, though. And 2 for Tuesdays was pretty cool. Aren't you supposed to get aroused when they dance for you? Didn't happen to me. Ha ha, what a bust. Oh well. So apparently his brother, 3 stars, his brother had bigger titties than the strippers.
That happens. I've watched My 600 Pound Life, and some of the guys had the biggest titties I've ever seen. So that does happen.
Yeah, that's you don't bring sand to the beach.
Well, look at Colty's titties. Colty got titties. He's
Oh.
rivaling Chantel for titties.
Yeah, I was gonna say women pay good money for big ass titties like that, and Colt just got them.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, here's a 3-star review from Lindsay, which is a unisex name, so I don't know if it's a guy or girl. This club was overall okay. The dancers were really hot, but kept talking between themselves about, quote, not so sexy things and were not really motivated. One just stood there for half a song. Plus, it was really dirty, not in a good way we normally think about, but like watch where you sit kind of dirty. I've been to juice bars better than this. 3 stars.
So, so the strippers were discussing their laundry.
I guess so.
They were talking about laundry, car payments, their light bill.
Or their period or something. Just kidding.
Oh yeah.
All right, sorry. 3-star review from Maxwell. It says, I paid this place a visit on Christmas Eve. I had a lot of fun. Their Asian dancer was their Asian dancer with the back piece is arguably the most attractive Asian woman I've ever seen. However, the most attractive dancer here asked me, quote, can I get $1? Which seemed like the lamest thing ever to me. I mean, she works at a strip club, not a strip charity. She should be willing to work for her money. For this reason, and because some of their dancers were a little stickly, I'm giving this place a 3. 3 out of 3 stars. That's it.
Oh.
So yeah, apparently, I don't know if Jenny from Toronto was working there, but the Asian dancer had a back tattoo.
Oh, she had a back tattoo.
Yeah, Asian back piece, I guess meant back tattoo, right? I don't know.
Oh, I thought it meant a big butt.
I thought it was I thought it was a big ass, but I don't know.
We'll see. This is a 1-star review from Deanna. It says, a stripper with brown hair, a BBL, and a light up butt plug overcharged us for a private lap dance. She wanted 120 for 3 songs and didn't even get naked. We paid it, but every girl afterwards only charged us $40, 1 star. So apparently this stripper had a light up butt plug.
So
she was
wait,
probably charging for the butt plug.
does Rob know that they make light up butt plugs?
I don't know, but somebody needs to tell him.
That's crazy. So I never thought of a light up butt plug. That's
You know what? I mean, I could see that as being something that would get her a higher price range. My ass lights up. Give me more money. Give me more money. Pay me more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Is that like a turn on to see someone's ass light up?
I guess it depends if they're hot.
Whoa.
I mean,
It's
she's
like
charging extra for it, so
it's
yeah.
like it's like a night light for your penis.
Yeah.
It's a glowworm.
A
Yeah.
glowworm in your ass.
Anyway, okay. The last review is Triple X Beast. So mute. So for this one, definitely don't even laugh over it because it's Triple X Beast. So mute your mics for Triple X Beast. Okay, here goes. Hold on, I lost my place. Okay, 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, this is Triple X Beast, 1 star review. It says, worst place I've ever been to. I will never come back to this place in Oregon. I spent $500 with the homies there, treated the ladies nice, and never even got a lap dance. Talk about some dumb women. Go chase the dumb fucks who don't have money and ignore nice paying customers. 1 star.
Oh.
Wow.
It's
So
funny because usually, even in a worse strip club, he has.
yeah, even in the worst of the worst, he always finds something good to say.
Yeah, but he had nothing good to say. So
Maybe because he spent $500. He usually doesn't spend that much, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he drops bands in there because he always says that he drops bands. So I feel like he spends a lot.
I'm still stuck on the strip club that he did with Dorothy.
Oh yeah, it's like hold me and call me Dorothy or something.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on that. And now that I know his face, I get a visual.
Well,
Okay.
that's the thing too. Now that we know what he looks like, I'm picturing you reading it, but it coming from his face.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, like before we get into the next place, you have to see the image of it, the barn place.
Oh,
I got to send you the image, so I'm gonna text it to y'all. Then I'm gonna post it in the Patreon, so y'all could. You got to see the image of the outside.
Oh God! Oh God!
Wait, can you post like an image in here?
Like I think I
No.
disabled it so trolls don't post weird photos, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
post it in the Patreon and in our group chat. Here's the picture of the barn.
Okay.
Okay, check out the picture of the barn strip club.
Oh no, that doesn't look like it has air conditioning.
Hell no.
No, so it's gonna smell like coochie in there.
Yeah, coochie and sweaty balls.
Also, their hours are 8 to 8. They close at 8 p.m. That's like right around the
My,
time.
my husband said it looks like they saw illegal fireworks out of there.
It does look like a fireworks stand. You're right. Or it kind of looks like a bathroom at a music festival.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? That's what it
It's
looks
a
like.
one-stop shop.
Yeah, it looks like a
Showgirls,
bathroom at a public park or something.
Yeah, the men
And
is on
then
one side, the women's on the other.
Yeah, and then they have like, is that like a gates covering the exits? It looks like a fire hazard.
Oh,
Like
y'all.
there's no windows or nothing.
I have questions, but
I
yeah,
have questions. Go ahead.
let's begin.
And now my husband has questions.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second to pull up the things. Okay, are y'all ready for the reviews?
Yes.
Oh, and I think this is called Luck. This is in Missouri of all places. Or no, MO is Missouri. Right? What's MO?
Yeah.
MO
Yeah,
Missouri.
that's Missouri.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is in Sweet Springs, Missouri. It's called Lucky Lady Cabaret (parentheses Pleasure Palace). Um, I'm told a few of these reviews may be offensive, so if you're uptight, tune away to the Disney Channel. Anyway, this is a 1 star review from David. It says, the homeliest group of girls I have ever seen assembled in one club, 1 star. This 1 star from Ray. It says, hold on, let's see. It says, room in the lot to park a semi, and they needed to offload the girls that they allow to work at this club.
Oh, that was offensive. They're saying that you need a semi truck to get there. Whoa.
Yeah, let me
We
read.
did give a warning. We did give a warning.
Yeah, these are a little offensive. Let me read that one again. Room in the lot to park a semi truck, and they needed to offload the girls that they allow to work at this club. 1 star. Okay, next review. 3 stars from Terry. Slow night, but the girls are friendly and enthusiastic. Trucker friendly. Private dance is expensive but worth it. 3 stars. 1 star review from Fred. Is everyone in the place a trucker or a wannabe? 1 star review from Tommy. I stopped by on a Saturday night and visited there for. Hold on, I gotta read this again without laughing. Stopped by on a Saturday night and visited there for fat girls and a living, breathing stick woman. I won't be back. So he visited there for fat girls and a lot in a sorry, this dude's spelling is weird. In a living, breathing stick woman. He won't be back. 1 star. I don't know. 1 star review from Delbert. Um, More holding pen, more of a hold on. This is like think of this as like animals. More of a holding pen than a strip club. I guess I should have taken the cattle trucks parked out front as an indication. This is apparently where the peelers go when absolutely no one else will hire them anymore. I'd have pity for them if they didn't work so hard at trying to rip you off. 1 star.
Oh my God. He said,
I'm gonna have to read that one again. I don't
he said a holding pen.
know.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh Lord.
I gotta read that again. Think of it as like animals. More of a holding pen than a strip club. I guess I should have taken the cattle trucks parked out front as an indication. This is apparently where peelers go when absolutely nobody else will hire them anymore. I'd have pity for them if they didn't work so hard at trying to rip you off. 1 star. That was pretty good. And we got to figure out what a peeler is, but I guess we could worry about that later. Melvin, 1 star. It says, thank God there were a few cattle trucks in the parking lot because after I spent about 4 minutes looking at the heifers offered up as entertainment,
Oh.
going back outside and looking at some actual livestock made for a better show. Thanks for ripping me off. Christ, do truckers really get this desperate to see something with a pussy? 1 star.
Oh my God. Jeez. All right, I'm gonna find the Instagram because now
Uh,
I need to know what
I don't even. They probably just got a Facebook or some
That
shit.
was the funniest one. I don't care what you say after that. That shit was hilarious.
Should I read that one again?
Yeah, read it again.
I found it.
Okay, hold on. You found an Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me read this one again because that was pretty classic. 1 star from Melvin. Melvin might be the new Triple X piece. Who knows? It says, thank God there are a few cattle trucks in the parking lot because after I spent about 4 minutes looking at the heifers offered up as entertainment, going back outside and looking at some actual livestock made for a better show. Thanks for ripping me off. Christ, do truckers really get this desperate to see something with a pussy? Anyway, that was pretty good.
That was the one that I said too. And
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was when he.
I
That
mean,
was,
it is in a barn, right?
yeah, yeah. Gina sent me that one earlier, and I was like, "Yeah, we got to read that. That's classic."
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, this is
Amber,
a
wait,
what?
Amberlee posted in the chat. A peeler, another way of saying stripper, referring to the process of peeling off their clothing.
Oh, I learned
Oh.
something new.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Thank you, Amberlee.
Yeah.
And Amberlee, I read your Sarper review earlier when you weren't in here live, so go back and listen to the recording tomorrow. Anyway, this is a 1 star review from the username The Way. I drove into the lot and parked next to an empty cat. I don't know why it's so funny. I drove into the lot and parked next to an empty cattle truck. Once inside, I realized why that truck. Oh my God, it's too funny. Once inside, I realized why that truck was empty. It had just finished unloading the dancers. I moved on down the road. Emphasis on moved on down the road. 1 star.
Unloading the dancers. The amount of references to cattle in these reviews is just off the chart.
These are like the funniest in a long time. I'm sorry.
Like I have to see what these people look like.
God.
Should I read that one again? Because
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
all right, I'm gonna read that again because all these are funny. I drove into the lot and parked next to an empty cattle truck. Once inside, I realized why that truck was empty. It had just finished unloading the dancers. I moved on down the road. 1 star.
We got to get pictures of these dancers, man. We really do.
I sent you the Instagram to the group chat. So
I'll check it after I finish reading. Okay,
Yeah.
this one. These are so good. I think this is like my new favorite place. This one, the username is even offensive. The username is backfat. Backfat 1 star. He says, question: do you know the difference between this club and a cattle pen? Answer: the creatures in the cattle pen are at a weight appropriate for their species. Oh shit. This is the funniest one we've had in like a month. I'm sorry. Should I read that again? Backfat says, I gotta read all these again. Backfat question. Do you know the difference between this club and a cattle pen? Answer. The creatures in the cattle pen are at a weight appropriate for their species. 1 star. Anyway, that was good. Red, 1 star. The last stop for both truckers and the girls. 1 star from Quincy. Can we this one had 4 words. Quincy, 1 star. Can we say moo? That was the whole review.
Oh god.
Okay. Huh.
About cattle and livestock. This is crazy to me.
And then it's ironic it's in a barn.
Okay. This is a 2-star review from Kenneth. He says, they just got a new dancer named Hannah who is well worth seeing. The other girls are average, and yes, there are a couple heavier ones, but different guys like different women, and the more voluptuous women are definitely pretty. I highly recommend Hannah, though. She was by far the friendliest and most attractive girl they've had there in a long time. I sure hope they can keep her around a while. If word gets out about her, they probably be attracting more customers. 2 stars. So Hannah's the savior. Okay, this is a 3-star review from Evan. And he said, yeah, this is definitely like I feel like this is a trucker stop joint. So all the
This
truckers
one,
can.
you've already said it. Sorry, I
Oh,
screenshotted it twice. Okay, so
okay.
you can bypass that one.
Okay, true. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was the one with the brother with big tits.
Mhm.
Truck driver gives it 5 out of 5 stars. He says, lots of beautiful hotties running around. I love the VIP with full contact. I'll be back soon. Must try out this club. So apparently the VIP is full contact, and this truck driver had a good time. 5-star review from Love Real Women. Moo my ass. These women have curves and attitude. Why try a stick figure with nothing to grab when you can stop in now, lucky lady, and have a woman? That's pretty lucky to me. 5 stars. Oh, and I think that was the last review. And
That was the last one.
I don't think Triple X Beast was here, but this place was so funny. I don't think we
No,
needed Triple X Beast.
No, the place was
no.
hilarious by itself. Oh my
Oh,
god, this was hilarious.
That was like my
oh.
favorite one in like a month at least.
Yeah. That was
When I was reading
funny.
them, I was just like, wait, is this a fucking barn? And then I started reading, like, oh my god, it's a truck stopper.
The reference
club.
to the animal pens and the strippers was hilarious.
Oh,
The
and
correlation.
I kept dying on some of the reviews, dying. I was just like, oh my god, I gotta send at least one of them to Shabooty so he knows, hey, we might not do Triple X Beef, but these ones are well worth a good read.
That was classic. Yeah, they have an Instagram page with like 317 followers.
Now, do they have any pictures of the dancers?
Yeah, a lot of them they're not fat in the Instagram. They're kind of I don't
Okay,
know.
we're gonna need visuals of that.
They're kind of
Ew.
skinny. They're skinny on the
But they're from
Instagram.
2019.
Yeah, it's nothing is recent, but yeah, the girls in the Instagram are really skinny. Like they don't even have any ass. They're so skinny.
So maybe the
Mhm.
posts are from before those pictures.
Maybe they're under new ownership.
Yeah,
Or
must
well,
have been.
maybe or you don't post the heifers on the Instagram.
Well, I mean, if somebody would take it. I mean, the way social media and phones work right now, somebody always manages to snap a picture.
If
Mm.
you go on the page, do you see that there's a champagne room with a full-on bed in it?
No, I
Yes.
don't see that.
Um, let me see. It's the 5th picture from the top. If you want,
Post the web page on the chat so everybody can go on the
Yeah, we did it on
webpage.
Patreon, I think.
Yeah,
I
just post
posted
it on here.
Oh
and
my god, they have a hot tub there too.
Oh, well, I know George likes pools in the. Oh yeah, I see the hot tub,
Oh
the white
yeah,
one.
it's not filled with water though. It's empty.
True.
But yeah, they have a hot tub. It's funny because when you look at the inside, it doesn't look like a barn on the inside,
Hmm.
but it's definitely a barn.
On the outside. Oh, by the
And
way, real quick.
their champagne room, it has full-on beds in it. It looks like a hotel room. So when they say it's full contact, they're not lying.
Hmm. Oh, by the way, let me just as I was reading those, let me read some of like our live chatters what they were saying. Let's see. This one says smells like a dirty beaver. Looks like a trailer park boys run it. Shut the fuck up. I was gonna say a backwoods flea market definitely goes in there. Uh, let's see. Izzy says, "Oh shit," and then Sherry said, "That's brutal." Izzy said, "God, I choked on my own saliva." Uh, Sherry says, "Back in the old days, they used to call strippers peelers." I guess we learned that. What else? Mostly a lot of laughing emojis. Tell this one says Amberlee says, "Tell the beast we need him to go for an expert review." So yeah, that's that place. But that's like that's like an instant classic place now.
Well,
And someone asked if it was still open. It is still open.
yeah, it's still open. I actually did a street view across the street. Like there's nothing there except that barn. So like across the street is
Hmm.
woods. Next to it is woods. On the other
Hmm.
side is woods. And then there's just like a highway, like a street that runs through. And it's like the only thing there for like, I don't know, miles. Like there's nothing else there.
Hmm. Yeah, I've been to like a place that like it looks like very like skeezy, like it almost looked like a trailer, but it's like a strip club. I've been to those kind of places. Oh, okay. This is okay, Gina. For next week, I want you to look up a place for us. It's a place I went to that I'm describing. So a couple years ago, I went on a road trip to like Tennessee, and I
Yeah,
don't think I went to like.
don't disclose the name so nobody could copy
Yeah,
us.
Okay, okay,
private message, DM me, like send me a message and I'll look into it.
Yeah, don't disclose the name. We're already being copied for our shit. So
okay. Okay, well, I'll just say the place. I'll just say the city it's in. I won't say the name, but it does have a funny name. But we'll do it next week. But I went to this place in Knoxville that like it was almost like a It almost looked like a trailer. And then, but when you went in, on the inside it looked okay, but from the outside it looked like a place where it's like you hope that you survive the night in one piece, like you don't get murdered. Um, but it was funny when we went in there, but it was like I think we went in the middle of the week, like on a Monday or some shit, because we were out of town. And then there's like two nerds that probably had a lot of money. I don't know if they were like Google engineers or something, because they had a lot of money and they were just like paying all these singles nonstop all night to this one chick. And I was like, well, I mean, my friend and I, we ain't had money like that. So we're like, we're just gonna have to live vicariously through these Google looking nerds because they're spending all their money in our behalf vicariously. But anyway, the place I went to is funny. It has a really funny name, so we'll do it next week. I'll tell you the name of the place.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. So yeah, I can't wait to listen to the playback of this barn place though.
yeah, that was fucking hilarious, bro.
Did your husband hear that or some shit?
Oh my god, he was dying laughing. I had the phone muted, but he was dying laughing.
Yeah, that definitely was worth stopping Call of Duty for. Anyway.
The strip club reviews are on. Hold on. He paused his game. He's like, let me listen to this.
Mm.
Well, I wasn't ready. I was not ready for the barn strip club. I wasn't ready for the cattle comments. It was just crazy. Like I want to go there just so I can see the cattle women that they're referring to.
Hmm.
I
Well,
just
they might have switched up because you said like on the web page they don't look like cattle, like like livestock. So maybe they switched it up.
I mean, I'm
Hmm.
assuming that there's probably a shortage of really hot women in Missouri. So I'm sure like there's not like a
Or that part of the state.
well, yeah, it's
In
not like
Sweet
Miami.
Springs, Missouri.
Like in Miami, you're never gonna run out of hot women. So it's like I'm assuming in that state in the snowy season, you are gonna run out of hot chicks that want to dance for dollar bills. Like you're gonna run out. So I
he did say truckers will pay anything to see something with a pussy. So
did say that, and
yeah,
he was like anything with one, no matter.
anything with a vagina will do.
I mean, if it's just a shitty burn, we'll have to rent it out for a live show one day.
Oh my god, that place looks like a death trap.
That doesn't even look like it has air conditioning.
Yeah, my husband said it looks like it's all illegal fireworks.
No, that's literally what it looks like, actually. Like an illegal fireworks stand on the side of the freeway. That's exactly what.
True. By the way, before we sign off for the night, because it's 1:36, I know you're under the weather, Jenny, but if you want to just say hi and bye, I gave you mic privileges. But otherwise,
Wait, is Lana here?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
is
she's
she-
here.
Oh yeah, let's talk to Lana.
Yeah, because we haven't talked to Lana in so long.
I know.
Yes. Sorry, Lana. I gave you mic privileges though.
So there's a church nearby it though. That's a 3-minute drive.
From the barn.
When I looked at the street view, I didn't see nothing.
I had to keep on going.
You know, Gina's low key working for the CIA because Gina will find some shit that you don't even know exists.
Well, she probably. What's the version of the Canadian CIA? RCMP. Sorry.
They have
That's the Royal Canadian Mountain Police.
Yeah, the
I
Royal
don't know.
Canadian Mountain Police is all they have. They don't need that there because everyone there is like not as horrible as the people here.
Yeah, nobody's trying to, do anything against them, so they don't need like a secret service. But I think quiet as it's kept, Gina might be one of the members of the secret service that they allegedly don't have.
Well, they have a defense department and shit like that.
Yeah,
so.
it's called CSIS.
Yeah, she might be allegedly one of the special agents for whatever it is that they allegedly don't have. Every country has a spy department.
Yeah, I wish.
All right, let's talk to Lana for a little bit and then call it a night. Hi, Lana.
Hi, guys.
What's
Hey, Lana.
good?
Hey, Lana.
Did you like the strip club review of the barn?
Oh, it was hilarious. The only thing I was thinking, though, is, George, you might want to stay away from that goddamn place. They might want to lynch your ass in there.
Wait, do they do that in Missouri?
I'm just talking about it being out where nothing else is around it, and it's just sitting by itself. That's a little frightening.
But by the way, Lana, if you're on like speakerphone, like or on Bluetooth, can you turn off the speakerphone or Bluetooth?
You got it. Just did it.
Okay.
Oh, so it's like the Get Out movie.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
it might be in.
That fucking barn looks like they'll open those doors, and once they close them, your ass ain't getting out.
Yeah, it's like it might be like Sinners, right? The movie Sinners.
Right. I haven't seen it, but my son said it was amazing.
Yeah, you go in the barn and you're not coming out.
That's right.
Okay, From Dusk Till Dawn. You guys saw From Dusk Till Dawn?
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be that kind of situation. A bunch of fat vampire bitches stripping.
So, Lana,
I found a ghost gun this week.
You found a what?
A ghost gun.
By the way, Lana, you still sound like you're on speakerphone. Just saying.
Really?
Yeah, you sound different. See if you could turn it off or something.
What is this thing going on? How weird.
Because normally your voice is very resonating.
Right.
It just kind of sounds like you're in a room with an echo. Kind of.
She sounds
you're far away.
She sounds clear to me. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, I'm a stickler. So.
Yeah, we know Shabooty don't play. He don't play about his podcast.
Audio police. He's the
Shabooty don't play about that shit.
That's right.
True.
Damn it! I don't know why this damn thing won't cut off. How weird.
All right, well, let's. No offense, Lana, but since you sound a little odd, let's just stick it to one subject. So pick a 90-day topic and let's talk about it, and then let's end it.
Oh, that's so weird. Now I took it off and I can't hear you guys.
Wait, I hear you great though.
Yeah, you sound
Me
like
too.
You sound better a little bit.
Yeah, you sound like you're standing right next to me.
How weird.
Okay, you're sounding better now. But you can't
Okay,
hear us
good.
though? Can
Yeah,
you hear
I
us?
was just telling you guys that we found a ghost gun in one of our units.
Oh, you mean like a gun that's like scratched off and shit?
It's the guns that they're using now to kill people that they can't trace.
Okay.
Wait, so you found a gun that has the serial numbers like removed?
It basically looks like a shell of a gun. It's really weird.
Oh,
Like-
it's probably, is it kind of like the one that Luigi guy had or some shit?
Yeah, something like that. Exactly. Yes.
Do you
I
have
mean, I even had to call the police to have the police come to get it because they told me not even to touch it because those are used for murders and shootings, and then they discard them because they can't be traced.
And then if you touched it, your fingerprints would be on it.
Exactly. So they're like, don't touch it. Just leave. It was in a closet. I guess they forgot it.
Weird.
crazy?
Yeah. It was so crazy. I had never seen one before, but I've heard a lot about them lately on TV. They're like, oh, look out for these ghost guns that this is what they're using now. They're basically made. I guess they hand make them.
Oh, maybe it's like 3D printed or some shit.
I'm not too sure. I don't know how they work, but I
Yeah,
didn't even know what it was.
those
Because I don't
guns-
really know guns very well. So I thought it was a real gun.
That's usually the 3D printed guns
Oh.
that they're making on the 3D printers. Yeah.
Oh, that's scary. And those
That's
guns
like having a
shoot.
burner phone almost.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds exactly like what it is. It's so crazy, but I just thought it was a real gun. So I just didn't touch it anyway. I was like, oh shit, someone left a gun, you know? So I messaged my manager and told her, and she's like, okay, we'll get a hold of the guest that left there. Maybe they forgot their weapon. And then the guests write back and say, we didn't see anything like that. We didn't have that. That's not ours.
Oh.
So that's when she said, okay, we're calling the cops.
What was more traumatizing, the ghost gun or the ghost jizz dried up on the window?
Oh, the ghost judge, 100%. That shit, I can still gag just thinking of the visual.
You'd rather see a ghost bazooka, probably.
Hell yeah. Hell, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's funny. So, any 90-day thing you want to talk about too?
Let's see. What did I want to say? What was I watching? Damn it. I was thinking about I was thinking about the Sarper. I cracked up at your post that you had made, Shabooty, of them talking about Sarper at the comedy show.
Yeah. Oh, that was Amberlee was the one that sent me that review.
Yes. Oh God, that was so funny. I laughed so hard, but I can't believe he was half-ass funny. Like George said, somebody wrote that shit for sure. Because his damn set he showed us on TV was absolutely stupid.
Mm-hmm. They're probably laughing.
Nothing funny.
They're probably laughing at his like shitty accent or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And like somebody said on there, the man has no rhythm. You know, he couldn't do anything with the guys in the video. So they're like, how did this man sleep with over 2,000 women when he has no rhythm? I agree.
True. And then what do you think about Shekinah beefing with John?
That was the funniest thing I ever seen all day. I laughed so hard because he dead on nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
He nailed it. He told her straight up, you're the one that has to go fix your face. I don't have to do nothing with mine, you know?
Yeah, see, John is smart because he recently finally followed me on Instagram. So ever since he followed me, I'm like an extra ardent supporter of his.
Good. I think John's funny. I really like him. I like him more than Patrick.
Duh.
Always been a John. I'm a John fan, so
yes.
He's always like between him and Patrick, I would pick John every time.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, me too. He has no filter.
Yep, he doesn't. He just says what's on his mind and just comes out.
Do you think he like exaggerates his accent, Boston accent?
You know what? Sometimes he seems like he falls back into it, and then he falls out of it. He'll start talking normal again.
It's crazy you mentioned that because somebody had said that he wasn't in Boston. He didn't live in Boston long enough to have such a heavy accent.
Yeah, I think he's like doing it for shtick.
Yeah, he's doing it for steak. Like he probably had a little something from whatever state they grew up in, and then he picked it up in Boston for the time he lived there. But it's not it shouldn't be that heavy for the time he lived there. But he does it. Yeah, he does it as a sick, which is okay. We accept it. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I thought he was from New Jersey. Shit, he talked more like a New Jerseyan to me.
Well, yeah, he's like the fan favorite more so than tattooed Shawn now, I think.
Yeah, well, Shawn, once he got off our screens, we kind of like it kind of died down with everybody.
Yeah, we got over him.
We got over him already, so yeah.
I read a thing today saying he's homeless in America. Is that true?
Well, he's living with Banana Chick guy.
He's living with James and Tata.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, I don't know how much of it is real or not. Like they discussed how Joanne kicked him out, JoJo kicked him out, and he was living with Tata. But you never know what's going on with them because didn't Joanne post something where they were together recently? So
yeah,
I don't know.
No, he did. He posted something on his story that they're at like
that they were in New York,
like,
right?
That's like Meatball. That's like the Meatball Danielle and Johan. They were broken up, then they're back together. Now she's posting videos of them.
By the way, I hate to give that piece of shit any attention, but I think she's gonna be on like The Last Resort next season or something.
With Johan?
Oh,
with Johan?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you guys were saying they're filming internationally to get these people on the show. They're probably going to film in DR.
Yeah. Well, it'll be at the resort, but it'll be
resort in DR. There's nothing but resorts in DR.
I mean, I don't know about that. It could be, but it's
remember they filmed. Didn't they film one of those resort? The Last Resort in DR at one point. One of the shows was filmed in DR.
The first season was filmed in the Florida Keys, and then the second season was filmed in Arizona. But
okay, so it wasn't The Last Resort. I think. Oh, you know what I'm thinking?
You're thinking of
MILF Manor.
MILF Manor. Oh, yeah,
MILF Manor was filmed in DR. MILF Manor.
Was it?
Yes. So they're gonna probably film in. They're gonna use the MILF Manor resort to film.
Wait, George, was MILF Manor in DR?
The last season was in Mexico.
That's what I thought.
I don't remember where the first season was.
I'll take a look.
I'm gonna Google that.
I think it was Mexico.
Yeah. Gina, grab a location. I think season 2 was in Mexico at a mansion. It was like a private island with a mansion in Mexico. Because I remember specifically, Kelly told one of the ladies to stop speaking Spanish. She wanted her to speak English, and the lady was like, "Bitch, we're in Mexico." Like, what do you mean? Why are you telling me I can't speak Spanish? Because I remember that very vividly. So I'm pretty sure that season 2 was filmed in Mexico. I just don't remember where season 1 was filmed. So Gina,
it just says in 2020 was MILF Manor the second season filmed in 2023, or was that the first season?
2023. That would have been the first season because isn't it on its second already?
So the first season was filmed in a villa in Mexico.
Yeah.
And then where was the second one at?
I'm on it. You know, Lana, I had to listen to that stupid Shawn podcast.
Ontario, Canada. So Gina, you should have known that. It was the second season was filmed in Ontario at a mansion. And the first one was at a Mexican hotel, the luxurious Mexican hotel. Yeah. So yeah.
Why do I feel like something was filmed in DR?
You're probably just talking about one of
I know Survivor was one of the Survivor episodes was filmed in DR, but I feel like something else was filmed in DR. I'm pretty, or maybe when they were filming Meatball and her man, they were in a resort. They were probably at a resort in DR.
Yeah.
Speaking of DR, I didn't want to tell you guys, but I feel like I have to tell you because I have no other way of around it. But
Captain.
I will be going to DR this year, and I am going on the 15th. So that means my Friday podcast might be interrupted unless my sister finally got Wi-Fi in her house, which I
Like the 15th of
seriously
this month?
Yes, which I seriously doubt. But if she doesn't, I'm going to trek to the nearest hotel because I have to have my podcast. I downloaded the app on my phone so I can watch the show, but I need Wi-Fi to make it happen. So she hasn't told me whether she has Wi-Fi or not because we're actually living together. So, and we have caretakers at the house, my mom's house that she loves. So we have caretakers there that, look after the place. And I asked her twice already, did you tell them about the Wi-Fi? And she's like, oh yeah, I gotta call them. So depending on whether we get Wi-Fi or not,
How are
I'll be
you
on.
jet setting all the time? You just came back from a cruise. Now
Well,
you're going to Did you win that lottery? Did you win the lottery when you just
I didn't win the lottery, but however, DR is the cheapest for me because I don't have to pay for lodging. I just have to pay a ticket because I have a house there on my mom's house.
Right.
So I don't have to pay for lodging. So that's probably the cheapest vacation I can take, because I already have a place to stay and we have, a car over there. So we don't have to pay for a drive or anything like that. So that's probably the cheapest. But the cruise was my honeymoon. Well, family moon because my husband's whole family was there. But the DR trip, he gave that to me for my birthday because he knows I like to go every year to visit my mom's grave and stuff like that. So
Okay.
yeah,
You're
but
excused.
yes, I am pushing hard for Wi-Fi because I don't think I can bear the thought of being 2 weeks without you guys.
Oh, 2 weeks. Wow. We're going to miss
You
you.
better get that Starlink up and running.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call Elon and be like,
You better
"Yo,
message Elon.
hook me up." I told my sis, I said, "Listen, I'll stay here every day of the week, but on Fridays, I gotta find somewhere with Wi-Fi because this is very essential to my life."
Find a McDonald's.
I know, right?
McDonald's, Walmart.
Yeah, I gotta find something, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely try to stay in touch because a lot of shows are starting, and I don't want to miss out on that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, there's that 1,000-pound roomies started.
I already saw that. I saw the first episode. I bared through it.
I did too. It looks good.
I don't know why I can't watch those shows, you guys. Like the 600-pound life girl and all that. I can't watch them.
I mean, you know what? With the 1,000-pound sister situation, they're at a point where it doesn't matter if you joke about them because they joke about themselves and they're just, really, I don't like to say white trash because that's derogatory, but they're pretty much dead set in their ways. They're very unkept and wild, and they fart and burp and do all kind of weird shit.
What does Shabooty call them? Country bumpkin or something like that?
Yeah, something. They really personify the Kentucky hillbilly, statement. But the 1,000-pound roomies, I gave it a watch, to see where it's going. It seems like one of if you ever watch My 600-Pound Life with
No.
Dr. Now,
I can't watch none of them. I don't know why. I get grossed out. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it's like a really season-long episode of Dr. Now, with the I'm very fat and I don't care and I just eat. I mean, they must have eaten about 10 times in one episode. And then you have the enabler, then you have the accountability, then you have the weight loss journey, the little dog, and the finale is we're gonna get weight loss surgery. It's much like the 1,000-pound best friend things.
Wow.
Well, it's almost 2 a.m., so I feel like we should end it at this point.
All righty. I'm good.
Well, it was good talking to everybody.
Thank you,
hear from
Mana.
you.
I like the ghost gun story though.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Keep me posted if you turn on the news and you help solve a crime.
I sure will. It seems like the crimes seem to find me all the fucking time.
Yeah, avoid Fresno. Reminder. Okay.
Right?
True.
All right, guys.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to another stellar episode of 90 Day Fiancé Fridays with the whole crew. It was good to hear everyone's voice. Hopefully, Jenny feels better so we can hear her voice.
Feel better, Jenny.
Get better.
Feel better,
Yeah.
Jenny. Love you, Jenny.
And hopefully Sunday's episode won't be ass, so we'll be inspired to do a podcast on Sunday.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for I guess I'll do my cheesy outro. Thank you everyone for listening to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays on a
Friday.
Peace out, my people.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Night.
Bye.